You should buy them from them.
Why?
Because they're badass, dude.
No,
And we're
he's
live.
Xbox though. I
We're
can use
live,
him.
fellas.
Fucking live.
We're live. No, I can't. I can't use him, dude. He's on Xbox.
I got this one right here. Look.
Hey, Brandon said, you paid $250?
Oh, you
What?
judging me now?
You're fucking crazy.
So? Bitch, I don't tell you you're crazy for buying the shit you buy.
What do
Whoa,
I
whoa,
buy?
whoa,
That's
whoa, whoa.
$250.
Well, maybe you should live a little. You work hard, don't you?
No, not
Shit.
that hard. Goddamn. What kind of money you making over there, dude? I thought you just changed light bulbs.
I'll let you know when
change
we
out
got a,
projector
a lot of light
bulbs.
bulbs.
I'll let you know when we got an opening.
Change out projector light bulbs and shit, man.
You gotta have an electronics degree though.
Hey,
That's
Zeus.
the only downside.
Dude, if they hired you, they would hire me.
I got an electronics
Trust me.
degree. I got a degree.
No, you don't.
All right.
That
said
shit,
no, you
for, that
don't.
shit from Mexico doesn't count.
It's still a certificate.
Shit, I could go print one out at the flea market
Hell
right
yeah.
now.
Well, go do it.
They probably do offer some shit like that.
Hell yeah, they do.
They'll know as soon as they give you a board and say, "Hey man, figure this shit out." You'll be like, "What?"
Dude, you don't fuck with boards,
What?
dude. All you do is change out projector light bulbs and fix light bulbs that are busted in the scoreboards.
All right, man.
Don't try to act like you're welding motherboards together and shit.
You're stupid.
This motherfucker's working at a fucking
That's like
at
saying-
a kindergarten, and he's
That's
acting
like-
like he's fucking building
That's like saying
CPUs all
you're
day
a
and
fucking
shit.
you're a mechanic and all you do is change tires.
I don't just change tires. I change all
Oh,
kinds
I've
of shit
seen
on the
I've
car.
seen you work.
Okay.
Here we go.
You see,
I've seen you work.
You say, whenever your car has a problem, you call me.
Just one time.
Just
Every
one
other-
time every
other
month.
time.
Just that one time.
Just one time, but that was it.
Oh man, you guys.
He's crazy, dude.
He's just excited. He got all that.
I know
Just
he is. Look
the
at him.
fan, you know. He's ready for this weekend. That's what
No,
it is.
this dude just starts talking shit all the time.
How's that talking shit?
Cause you do.
I didn't say nothing. You're the one that
Oh,
started
shit.
talking shit.
I didn't talk. I didn't. First of all,
You said I couldn't comment on you spending $250
First
on
of
a
all,
pair
I
of
talk shit.
headphones. So do I.
all right.
Okay.
Think we've established that? Okay.
Right? Well, what's the next one? What's your next point?
Let's go.
I don't have.
Are we going down the line?
It
or
wasn't a
what?
point to begin with. It was just a statement. I was just making a statement. That was it.
We both talk shit. Can you handle it though?
Yeah.
We're
Bitch,
about
I've
to
known
find
you.
out.
I've known you long enough.
But you walked out of this motherfucker before.
I have.
Let's not go there, man.
Oh man.
Oh. I'm good to go, dude. I shared
ready?
it already and everything.
Yeah. Hit that intro
Oh
music.
man, we got a little cursing in there.
Cursing and where?
In that intro, that music.
Oh, that's not interesting.
Drop the N bomb.
I didn't even hear it.
I like it. What's up, everybody? We're back with another hard-hitting episode of From the Left Hash. I'm your host, JJ Torres, and to my right, I got the mouth from the south.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Cool. I'm cool now. If everybody watched the pre-show, they know what was up.
And
Okay.
then to my left, I got my boy Eric. What's going on, man?
What's
Back
up, what's
with the
up?
Spurs jersey.
Oh yeah.
Top shelf.
They're
This
not
is
doing
top
too
shelf.
good, man.
Nah. This is more just a reflection on what happened yesterday.
Oh,
you know.
okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And then on the ones and twos, I got the producer Brandon.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot.
So you watched the Joker?
I did.
You watched the Joker?
Brandon's
Yeah.
official review of the Joker.
He loved it.
I did. It was good.
It's a fucking good movie,
That's
right?
it. Yep.
Oh, E. You never watched The Messiah, did you?
Oh.
JJ watched it, said
No,
it was
I
really
watched
good.
it.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I watched
I
all
told
of
you.
it. I watched all of it.
I may have to
Oh,
watch it.
so you watched the ending of it?
Mhm.
What'd you think of the end?
It was good.
The end, I said it throws you for another fucking loop at
It
the end.
does.
'Cause
But
you're like,
there's season 2.
Like,
man.
are they making a season 2?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
they got
They
to.
have
It's
to.
really fucking
Yeah.
good.
Well, you know
Everybody's
how
watched
sometimes
it.
that happens.
Now everybody's watched it. Like Netflix, it goes off of what people watch, and if
Yeah.
a lot of people watch it, then they'll do
They'll
another
make a
series
second
of
one.
it. Yeah.
But they kept up with it all the way to the end, and I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
This guy is either or he's not. He is or he's not, man. But they fucking keep you right there, and you're like, damn it.
It's crazy,
It
dude.
was
It
good.
makes you think of like what would happen if like
A real
you know,
messenger.
yeah.
Would you just brush him off and think, oh, you're fucking crazy?
I
dude?
think somebody would kill him.
And nowadays, I wouldn't put it past you on that.
You know what I mean? I think somebody would kill him.
It's a lot harder to believe someone like that with that kind of message
Mm-hmm.
than it was 2,000 years ago.
But that's what he faced. He comes and says, I'm not saying I'm God. I'm just saying, you know, I'm a messenger. He tells me this, and I say what but I'm not putting anybody in danger. I'm just telling you what I hear. You know what I mean? And
But the
their
whole
first
time,
reaction is-
they got other shit going
yeah,
on
their
the side.
their
though.
first reaction is, you know, you're fucking crazy. You're
Yeah.
delusional. You're, you know, what do they call it?
He's a
grandeur,
terrorist.
You know, fucking. It's just weird. But that's
Well,
how society.
I mean, you've
sees it.
had all kinds of people that were messiahs over the years. The Jim Jones people that just
Mm-hmm.
make people kill themselves, and
But he didn't do that.
so well, no, of course not. I'm just saying, there's
that-
always been a charismatic
yeah.
person to follow.
That's what it was.
It's
He's
just-
charismatic. But they're like,
you know.
well, you got followers. He's like, but I didn't ask nobody to follow me. They just follow. You know what I mean?
Well, in
if-
that case, it's not.
if you start
it doesn't
walking
sound
and people-
mischievous or anything.
If you start walking and people start following you and they're just listening to you and you're not telling, hey, follow me, I'll lead you to the promised land or whatever. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to my fam in Blanco,
cool.
Texas.
Blanco.
Yeah. Today we're gonna be talking about some
Sports.
sports. Yeah. Eli
call.
retires. You know, we're gonna talk about some of that. Hall of Fame inductions for the baseball. Texas basketball is fucking terrible.
Oh,
And
dude,
it's
that
surprise,
lost
surprise.
to man.
You know what I mean?
Surprise.
But first, let's kick it off with, man, we want to. What happened yesterday, man? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sad, man.
Super sad, dude.
Sad. Just all around, man. It's just
I couldn't believe it, man. Like when, like he texted us, right, and then he was saying TMZ was reporting it, and I was like, man, I wanna make sure, because TMZ's come out, they've had, you know, like superstars that they've said have died before, and then they come out and they're
It's a
not
straight
dead.
lie.
Like
Yeah.
hoaxes. Like I remember Clint Eastwood was one of them. There were a bunch of other ones, dude. The Rock, I remember The Rock. They said The Rock had died. He even had to go on his Instagram on a video and say that he was still alive.
That's sad.
Yeah, dude. Like there's been a bunch of them, but I was like, you know, I wanted to make sure before I said anything that he was actually dead. The craziest thing about it was like I got you know, updates from other places, and then ESPN like an hour later was finally like, I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, how are you gonna be the worldwide leader in sports?
And be the
And
last
you're
one.
pretty
And
much last,
You're
yeah.
the last
I
one
mean,
to report it.
Maybe if you think about it, maybe they waited absolutely sure till they got one of their reporters to get confirmation from someone on the site to say it was him.
Yeah, but you can easily put per.
Yeah,
TMZ, per
per another
Fox.
source. Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's true.
So
a lot
it's not
of them
on
did
you.
that. A lot of them just piggybacked off
But
what
you- but
TMZ
you-
said.
yeah, because they were all wrong anyways. They were all saying the only
Yeah.
5 people had died, and it
Yeah,
ends up
that's
being
true.
9.
Everybody
It's
was
like,
wrong on
come
that.
on, dude.
But I think that was hard to determine because they didn't have a flight plan or, you know how many passengers were on it, and then you slowly start finding things, and you're like, oh, there was more. There was
Yeah.
this. There was that.
It's crazy, man.
Well, that's
so
what I
wanted
found
to-
interesting. I didn't hear anything about a flight plan in the
Yeah,
beginning.
you didn't.
Because I mean, you hear that like
Yeah.
that
But
when it's
some-
an airplane.
But I think when it's a private plane, you don't have to put in a flight plan.
As a helicopter.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them where you're going. You just have to say, I'm using this runway and leaving.
Probably if
Oh,
it's
that makes
that
sense.
short of a flight, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
they're not going like, you know, across states or anything.
About 20 miles, maybe something like that.
But
But yeah, so R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, his daughter, John Altobelli, Carrie Altobelli, Alyssa Altobelli, Christina Mauser, Sarah Chester, and Peyton Chester. And then I don't know
The
if that's
pilot.
that dude's name or not.
Oh, the pilot.
Ara Zaboyan.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Dude,
Fuck.
terrible. And I don't know how true it is, but when I was reading TMZ this morning, they were saying that they talked to a lot of helicopter pilots, and they were watching that flight track that they were showing everybody, and the way the changes in altitude, and the guys were like, you could clearly tell, the direction he was going, and then when he would slow down and speed up, and then he goes in a circle a few times because you figure he's like judging the fog. Like, is it too foggy? Can we do this? They said he was waiting for some air traffic to go by because they were grounding planes, or not grounding planes, but I guess planes were taking off. And so then they decide to go, and they go. I think what happened is there was a change in altitude from like 1,250 feet, I guess, if that's how they calculate feet off the ground,
Yeah.
to 2,000, like really quick. And they said that here it seems like where he was at, and when he made that change, there was a mountain. So it seemed like he
Tried to
would've-
avoid the mountain.
he tried to
real quick.
avoid the mountain, and they said, and if our calculations are right, he avoided it by like 100 feet. They're like 100 feet. That's it. They said, well, at that point, a little bit after that, you see the helicopter start to do a J, and they said at this point it looks like he's turning around, like they're like, we're going back.
Yeah.
Well, right when they do the J is when it stops, and they're thinking right at that point
You
is
mean
when
the signal stops?
the signal stops. They're thinking right at that point when they decided to turn around, he hit the mountain, and that's what they're saying. They're saying it
Oh,
looks like he hit the
damn.
mountain. They're saying what confuses us is a couple of factors. They're like, one, when he turned around and started going back, he was doing 161 knots, which is roughly 185 miles per hour. They're like, the best thing about a fucking helicopter is you can slow it down to 15 fucking miles an hour and not fall. You can literally crawl in a helicopter.
Yeah.
So they're like, when you're in that situation, you're literally trained to slow down so you can see what's coming, where you're at, judge your terrain, and have plenty of time to maneuver. And they're like, we don't understand why that didn't happen.
But that's the thing, though, is I think the weather was so bad that they couldn't see.
I know, but that's the case in point. They're saying, why was he still going 185 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Why
Well,
didn't he
'cause-
slow down to a crawl if you can't see?
Yeah.
I wonder if he just assumed he.
But that's where the
I don't
questions
know.
are coming in, because they're like, this dude was an instructor. He's
Mm-hmm.
a helicopter instructor, and on top of that, they said he knew that area very well. Like, he was experienced in that area. He traveled it a lot. They're like, we don't understand what his judgment was right there. Why you're going that fast in that fog when you're turning around because you barely missed the fucking mountain.
Was he Kobe's like?
Yeah, his
Pilot?
Mhm.
Oh wow. So he's probably done that same.
So maybe he had a
Path.
lot of confidence, or maybe he lost where he was. He thought he was somewhere else, and he couldn't really see, and he just like, oh, I'm open. It's open. Let me go ahead and go.
Yeah.
And he misjudged it.
That's what I'm thinking, cause they were saying that the weather and fog was so bad that even like the police department and all them, they grounded their helicopters, and they were saying they weren't gonna fly that day. So,
I mean, that's got to tell you something, right?
but that's
there.
what I'm saying. But then, like, whose call is it? You know what I mean? Is it Kobe's call to tell the dude, "Nah, we're gonna go anyways," or is it the pilot's call?
I'm assuming Kobe trusts the expert,
Yeah.
right? Which is his pilot. I don't think Kobe would even know whether he can do it or
Yeah,
not.
I'm assuming if the pilot says, "Hey, man, they're grounding other planes. This is too dangerous. We need to turn around." He's gonna be like, "All right, man. We got to do what we got to do."
I don't know, dude.
But even though those other pilots can look at the flight plan
Yeah.
and the data and kind of tell you what happened,
They still
they're-
don't
they're
have
still
no
com-
fucking idea.
they're still
man.
confused at why he was going so fast.
Yeah.
Do they have a black box in helicopters?
I
That's
believe
something
so.
I didn't research.
I
They
think
do?
all aircrafts have to have
Okay.
one. So it's just a matter of them pulling all the info out of it. But I think what you're gonna find is they just hit a fucking mountainside, hauling ass.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were saying that it could have been a mechanical problem, but they were talking to a helicopter pilot on the horn this morning, and he was saying if it was mechanical, they should have still been able to land the plane, because that's how good those helicopters are. Is you can land them when you're going down, you can still land them and control them.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly it's one of the safest out there.
Yeah.
I also read that typically they're safe because they're used with the co-pilot. That there's typically a co. I mean, I guess maybe more of a commercial aircraft.
Yeah.
If it's private, then yeah, you probably don't want to pay.
But it had
two
all
pilots,
kind of
but
safety features. It had low altitude warnings. It had collision warnings. It had everything. They said, and it probably on the black box, you're probably going to find out that the collision warning did go off, but they didn't have time to pull up.
Yeah.
It was too late.
because of probably the speed.
The speed. They're like he was going way too fast to make any quick decisions. It was
I mean, if you think about it, even if the mountain was 5 miles away, you'd hit that in 2 minutes, a minute,
they're like
30 seconds.
they're like that's what we don't understand. He should have been crawling at 15, 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And just kind of reading the terrain as he inched through that shit.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
So
Sad,
sad,
dude.
dude.
Yeah,
Super
that-
sad.
Because
man.
it's gonna come out to probably be something stupid, and you're gonna be like, dude,
Pilot error.
all these lives taken from a possibly pilot error.
yeah,
It
that
sucks,
sucks,
man. It sucks, dude.
He was young too. I mean, considering
41 years old, man.
how long he played in the league.
His daughter was 13.
Young. His daughter had a promising little career. She loved basketball. That dude was in love with being there and coaching her and running these teams, and that was like the next part of his life, man. He
Yeah.
was gonna,
Yeah, he was barely getting started in that
Yeah.
part of his life.
That's true. I mean, he
fucking
just
horrible.
retired. What
Mhm.
3 years ago?
horrible,
Yeah,
dude.
2-3 years ago.
Horrible,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I know when I saw it online, I just like I couldn't believe it. I was like, this can't be real.
I think it hurts more because not only was he one of the greatest to ever play, but he was young, right? It's like, and it was a tragic accident, so to speak. It's not like, oh, so and so, whatever, who's 70, he was one of the greats in the 80s. Oh, he passed away from cancer. Okay, you expect that to happen. He lived his life. But for someone like Kobe, he pretty much his entire adult life was in the NBA, and he finally was able to be the parent, full-time parent, be there for his kids, and then he's out.
Not only that, he was a good guy. Everybody loved him. He was huge in the sport. I mean, he didn't have a whole lot of tarnishes. He wasn't always in trouble. I mean, he had his tarnish. Nobody's perfect, but they worked through that.
I mean, if Tiger Woods would come back from his tarnish,
I mean, no, who knows what the fuck that was?
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
the charges were dropped, and whatever.
Yeah, he pretty
that
much
shit
said, okay,
happened. Yeah,
I don't think that's what happened, but okay, let's just whatever and let's move on. But other than that, everybody loved the dude, man. He was a good dude in the NBA.
yeah, he was I mean, I don't know, but he was like the devout Catholic now, and super into being a dad and everything. So
yeah, heartbreaking,
crazy,
dude.
man.
I couldn't even.
I mean, could you, dude? I mean, it's hard to imagine. How old is your daughter?
She's 15.
15. My daughter's 9. So,
Mine's
like,
10.
can you just imagine going down on something like that and just looking at your daughter not being able to do shit?
Nope. They might not even have time, dude.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, some people were like,
They might have been
being
on,
who he was hunging her until the end, but they may not even
might
have
have time.
time to
They
do
might
that.
have. They might have been just talking in conversation and
Probably
boom,
still with their seatbelts
done.
on.
Mhm.
Probably not even seatbelts. When you're in a luxury helicopter like that, a lot of times you're not wearing a seatbelt. You're just
You've
in
been
there.
in a luxury helicopter.
No, but you see,
I know, right?
How do
I've
you
never
know?
flown or any helicopter.
you see people in luxury airlines all the time, and they're not.
Yeah,
they're
but that's an
luxury.
airplane. That's different.
I would assume a helicopter is closed on all sides.
Yeah, but
Not
I
like
don't,
they're
I don't think
falling
it's
out.
the
Nah.
same though.
Well, true, but
It's not like they're falling out.
That's crazy, man.
But
So
you don't
crazy.
know.
dude, when you sent that text yesterday, I was like, bullshit.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
that's the
TMZ got it
exact
wrong.
Same thing I
Yeah.
thought. And then we were watching Tiger, and we were talking. Oh, does Tiger know? And he didn't find out
Yeah,
till
till the end.
till after
Yeah.
he finished the 18th hole.
Yeah. It's
And then
wild.
he has to do an interview right away, which was
Mhm. Can't even compose yourself or get your thoughts together.
I think they did also a moment of silence at the Pro Bowl, and
Yeah.
you could see like they were panning the area, right? The fans. You could see some of them like moment of silence for Kobe.
yeah.
What happened to him? Like moments ago, he just died or whatever, or was reported.
Dude, and
Ridiculous, man.
And I knew it was bad when we were messaging back and forth about the kids and not the kids and whatever. And there was a female reporter, and I don't remember her name. Now, I don't know what station she worked for, but she was verified Twitter and whatnot. And she said, let me just put this out there. Vanessa and the kids, they're okay. Stop spreading the blah, blah, blah. Because people were saying that his kids were in there.
Yeah, because you had said all 4 of
Yeah.
them were in there, and I was
That-
like,
'cause
well, that
that's what I had
doesn't
heard.
make sense.
Dude, ABC
That's
went
what-
back
yeah.
and
Yeah.
redacted their story.
Okay, because
Yeah.
that's what I heard from ABC.
Yeah,
So then I was like, okay, and I kept reading through social media, And then I clicked on that tweet, and it was gone. It said tweet no longer available.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started reading the comments, and everybody's like, "Why the fuck did she remove this tweet? What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
And then I immediately thought, that's bad. If you're sitting there claiming that the kids and Vanessa are fine, and then you have to take that tweet back, that's because you were wrong. And then not 10 minutes later, one of the kids was in there. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was bad when they initially said the entire family was
Yeah.
in there, like all the kids. It was reported. I mean, and this is ABC. This isn't,
yeah.
Alex Jones
Mom
spewing
and
this
pop
nonsense.
thing. Yeah,
You know what
it's
I'm
a
saying?
big network.
This is one of the big five or however many there are. So I mean, dude, come on, you gotta do your due diligence when you say stuff like that.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit, dude.
Horrible, man. I couldn't even imagine what Vanessa waking up and having to hear about, her husband and a daughter.
Especially because he's probably done this
And
all the time, man.
And not to mention, they said the city of LA was wanting to sue TMZ because TMZ leaked that shit before they even had a chance to
Tell the
contact
kin next
the
to kin.
kin. So they're like, she found out through hearsay, either through TMZ or somebody calling her saying, "Did you just fucking see what's on this shit? What the fuck's going on?" Dude, could you imagine?
Yeah, that's
You're finding out that way?
sad, man. I
But
think
dude, can
people
they
were
stop
saying
somebody? Could they stop somebody from?
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're-
think they could do that,
They're-
right?
that's what everybody's saying. It's like, I don't think you can because
Yeah.
they're a news.
Outlet,
That's
yeah.
what they're supposed to
that, and
do.
they're
is
going to use
report
the
news.
freedom of the press to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
to
it's not
claim
right,
that
man.
it's-
It
yeah,
sucks,
I
dude,
agree.
to have
It's
to
not-
find
yeah.
out that way.
I don't think it
Typically,
is either,
typically
but-
the sheriff's office or whoever's investigating doesn't release the names
Yeah.
until.
They-
But I mean, I'm sure TMZ knew it was his helicopter. They put a bunch of things together and just said, okay, 98% chance it's him. Let's
Somebody
report
got
it.
paid for that shit.
Because I doubt the sheriff's office gave the names
No.
until after all the speculation went
No,
around.
they got.
Then they confirmed it just to
They-
get everybody to be
They'll
quiet.
have people just watching the airport, watching the private chartering section, and saying, "Oh, Kobe's taking off in a helicopter."
Yeah.
And then 40 minutes later, a helicopter goes down, and they're like, "Oh shit, got a 2 and 2. It's got to be."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They probably got the list of all the other ones that took off at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Process of elimination. This is the only one that's left.
And then just throw it out there.
Yep.
And say, if we're wrong, we're wrong. But if we're right,
We're first.
we leaked it first.
And they were.
And
Yeah.
Everybody piggybacked off them.
It's
Even when
fucking
I had
wild,
wrote
man.
back on the text saying, "Oh, the local station confirmed it," I didn't read it to the very bottom. It said per TMZ. So I mean, they were just taking the story and
Yeah.
running with it.
fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah, man.
Terrible, terrible. You see that they postponed the Lakers and the Clippers game?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And all the other teams were given 24-second violations yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, rightfully so. The dude, I mean,
Yeah, Mark Cuban came out and retired his 24 jersey right
I-
away, man. That's some classy shit,
Yeah,
dude.
tell me about it, dude.
Mark Cuban's legit.
I heard people wanted the NBA to just retire the number 24 altogether, which I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, why? Why not?
That would be a precedent that no other sport has ever done. At least I don't
Yeah,
think so.
but-
No, that's the thing is, I don't know, dude. I don't know about that.
Kobe,
They're the only other one that I know of that's done that is baseball with Jackie Robinson, 42. But that's a different, they did
Yeah,
that for a
that's-
different reason.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's monumental.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, if you're gonna do that, I don't want to sound bad, but I mean, Kobe did a lot of great things, but he didn't he didn't like change the game or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but
If Michael Jordan's number's not retired,
That's a good
throughout the
point.
league,
That's a good point.
why would you?
well,
I mean,
nothing with
are you
Michael.
just gonna do it just because he dies?
Nothing has
early,
happened
you
with
know?
Michael Jordan yet. You don't know what's going to happen until after the guy passes away, and
Yeah, but
you'll
I
find
mean,
out how they
dude,
want to
you've
pay
got
tribute.
you've got
But Kobe-
people all over the place. Will
Kobe-
Chamberlain, Jerry West. Jerry West is the
They have more
is-
rings than Kobe. Some
no
of
no
them
no.
do.
Well, he's the logo of the NBA.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, Jerry West is the logo of the NBA, and his number's not retired league wide. I mean, what
Well, he got his fucking logo.
Will
Oh,
Chamberlain? I
They
mean,
actually just talked. There was also talk
About
to
putting
change the
Kobe on
logo. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
I mean, Kobe did change the way basketball's
change the
played.
game.
He
No,
got
he
a lot
didn't.
of people interested. Dude, most of the people in there are under the age of like 30 that grew up fucking idolizing.
Are you
Kobe.
gonna do that for every generation?
I mean, you can't, but
Kobe came up idolizing MJ and stuff like. Are you gonna do it for every generation? The most
Like I said-
idolized player, you're gonna retire their jersey? Come on, dude. Can't do
Possibly.
that. We run out of numbers.
Yeah.
make new numbers.
You'll have like 1-1-1-1
That's a nice thing about numbers. You don't run out.
They all do
coming
put
in
on
at
a
number
jersey.
1,111.
And they put
John
number
Smith.
sideways. No, man. I mean, I can see why people feel that way because he passed away, earlier than what he was, But that's the thing. You never know when you're gonna
Yeah,
go, dude.
exactly.
You never know when you're gonna go. But just because you go early, it doesn't mean I don't know. I mean, I know it sounds like a dick move for me,
Yeah, man.
but I mean, I don't feel
I
like
think
they
you
should
should,
retire. You,
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
even if it was, the people I idolize, the Duncans and the Robinsons and the Tony Parkers and Ginobili, I still would say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would suck, right? Because they were
Yeah, I mean,
some of the
dude,
greatest
it's
of the
terrible,
Spurs
man.
organization.
And-
But I mean, I wouldn't call for that. I understand why fans are calling for it, though. But
I just
whatever.
don't think he changed. The only thing we have compared to it is Jackie Robinson for MLB, and his numbers retired because he was the first black African American that was able to play in Major League Baseball. I mean, that's big time. You know what I mean? That's you're talking about something that was like history.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie.
Oh, I'm just saying.
seen the movie. It's a
So
good
that-
movie.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it's hard when you put that as a comparison, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
hard to
Like-
say one
Like
way
if
or the
Kobe
other.
was the first black guy, to go in the NBA and then he died at 41, yeah, then of course, but that's not the case. You know,
All right,
what I
man.
mean? I'm
I-
just saying.
I,
You're looking at me like you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
I
for
think
real.
I'm
Dude just
saying,
died
dude,
yesterday.
It's just my opinion.
I think you should go back to the car.
But again, I liked that Mark Cuban came out and said that another Maverick will never wear 24. I like that, but
That's his decision
yeah,
because he
to-
owns
to-
his team.
yeah, to make the whole
That's
league
fine.
do it, I don't agree
Yeah.
with that. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah. What's up, Jose? Jose, shout out to him. He had a birthday yesterday, man.
Hey, what's
Happy
up, man? Happy
dude.
birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah. I don't know. It sucks, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's so
It's-
bad. I feel so sorry for the families, man. The dude has a son that's he's a scout for the Red Sox. What was his name? Batelli? Art Batelli?
Oh, the coach.
Yeah, he has a son that Altabali. He has a son that's a scout for the Red Sox, and it's him, his wife, his mom, his dad, his sister passed away, and now it's just him and I
And a
think
sister,
I think a
right?
younger sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Heartbreaking,
just left.
dude.
Dude, that's terrible, man. You lose
That's a whole
three.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lost your
You
family,
lose your dad, your mom, and a sister.
and now you're bringing up a little sister.
Mm-hmm.
With no help.
Talk about a life changing.
It doesn't matter how old you are, man. You still want your parents. You still want
Yeah.
help, guidance, just talking to.
Well, I mean,
just-
he's just thrown into being a parent out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah,
You know, one day you got your parents, and the next day it's
it's
crazy
it's
shit,
it's
man.
a horrible, horrible thing, man.
Yeah, especially if it comes out that it was
Something
avoidable.
avoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
it's, act of nature, then it's hard to
Yeah.
escape stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? But
If you find out, hey, engine failure or something, you're like, fuck, man, shit happens. But
to me, it's just crazy that they were even up there, dude. If the police are grounding their helicopters, like that tells you something.
well, that
Tells you shouldn't be in the air.
I
but
wonder-
that could probably tell you why the dude also did a U-turn doing 185 miles an hour still,
Yeah.
because he was just confident I can get you there.
Yeah.
I've flown in fog before. I'm good. I know that area. I'm good. Let's go.
It could be, yeah.
And then he, who knows? Kobe could have been one saying, turn around, man. Fuck this. Let's
Or-
go back.
Or he could have been saying, "Let's go."
And
I
then-
mean, well, we may know
know,
some of that when they investigate and determine all the data in the black box.
I pay your salary. Let's go.
yeah, but they're obviously turning around. But that could have been why he was still hauling ass, because he's just this confident pilot that's like, I can do it. It's no big deal. And that's probably why they took off to begin with.
You don't
Probably.
know, man.
I mean,
This
we
is
don't
some
know.
strong
We don't know. Yeah, we're
accusations.
speculating here.
Yeah. I mean,
everyone.
we all have our opinions, but
Yeah,
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah,
sad all the way around, man.
super sad, dude. Super sad.
It's crazy, man.
That I still I wore my Spurs jersey today because I don't have Lakers stuff. I was never a Lakers fan. As a matter of fact, I hated Kobe as a basketball player because in the early 2000s,
Yeah,
man,
he
a
killed
lot of
them.
his game-winning shots would just destroy the Spurs in the playoffs. It was heartbreaking for sure. But again, his competitiveness is what kept some of our games going, and so we won some of the championships in the early 2000s because of going against Kobe and
Mhm.
going against great players like him and Shaq. So I honor him in that respect. He was definitely a great player. No
Yeah, I
doubt
didn't
about
even
it.
think about it, dude, until he said something. I was just wearing.
Yeah, I
the
was like, he
shirt
timed
with
it
his purple and
perfectly.
gold.
Hmm.
Purple and gold, man. But I've never been a Lakers fan either. You know, it's just coincidence. Crazy.
Yeah, shocking, man. That and all the fans that showed up at Staples Center.
Yeah, dude.
honor
I
him,
mean,
that's-
dude, the guy was loved, man.
Yeah.
Worldwide, everywhere.
I think
people
even the
loved him.
mayor came out and was like, he's LA.
Yeah.
Just when you say him, he's LA.
Yeah, I saw a story where a dude came into a flower store and had asked for some purple and gold flowers, and then whenever the lady gave him the flowers, he asked her how much he owed her, and she goes, "Oh, is it for Kobe?" And she goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, it is." He goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. He's LA."
Man,
Just gave him the flowers.
Terrible.
and this is a lady at a flower shop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
may probably doesn't even watch basketball, but she
Yeah.
knows who Kobe is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen they had stuff in like the Philippines, all kinds of places, man. They had, murals and stuff going up of them.
They had one in Austin.
There was
Somebody put a bunch of rocks together by the South Congress Bridge, where the hiking bike trail is,
Mm-hmm.
and they just said, "We love Kobe," and big old heart using rocks.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of Californians here now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's probably
A
some
bunch
of those,
Lakers fans.
probably some of those homeless fuckers that came from over there. They did it with their trash.
Probably true.
Crazy, man.
Who knows?
Got a comment from my boy Jose. The last few moments, those people in the helicopter is what was so hard to imagine. As a parent, you want to keep your kids safe, and I'm sure they felt helpless. Yeah, man. We were talking about that earlier, dude. I couldn't imagine it, man. And I get those feelings sometimes when we're like on a long road trip. Like, I've gone to Mexico and shit like that and drove back, and I look in the mirror and my daughters are asleep and my wife's passed out in the driver in the passenger seat, front seat, and I'm just like, hey, it's all on me right
Yeah.
now, like I
think
better not fuck up.
we certainly, I feel
You
that
know
way
what I
all
mean,
the
dude?
time,
I'm
man.
just like, dude, any little thing goes wrong, and I'm responsible for all of us. It's crazy, man.
I was just talking about it with my wife before I came over here, and she's like, I think the big thing for her is to kind of get into the idea of how the wife's feeling. It's like, she's like, I'd be devastated if one of you guys was gone, right?
Yeah.
Me or one of the kids. But she's like, it's worse if you and one of your daughters was with you.
Yeah,
And now I have to raise one, and I'm missing the other one. Plus, I'm missing you, the
Yeah.
other supporter.
that's just that's your
so
life
hard,
partner.
man.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's the thing that people overlook is, yeah, you're gonna miss your kids and everything, but like you marry your wife, and you're supposed to you and her are gonna be together for the rest of your lives. Your kids are gonna end up leaving you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have your partner for the rest of your life. And that's the relationship that it seemed like they have. Because, we all know what they went through and they fucking stuck it out. And,
Yeah.
they were making it, man. And now she has to raise, 3 daughters on her own? One's
fresh?
under a year, yeah.
Yeah. And by all accounts, he seemed like just a terrific dad, man.
Yeah.
Teaching her daughter the game,
Mhm.
taking her to all the games, just being there for his kids. And I'm not saying a lot of athletes are not like that, but you don't see that often.
But you don't see that, a lot these days. There are plenty of kids growing up without their dads or, their moms or anything. I don't know if y'all, I think both of your parents are still alive, right? I don't know if you're both
Nah,
of
they're-
yours.
Well, one is, yes.
One is, yeah. One of mine is, I lost my mom to brain cancer in 2009, 2010. But it's tough, dude. It's tough shit, man. Growing up without a, and I was already grown. Who knows what it would be like if I was younger.
Yeah.
It's tough shit, dude. But
And I think
Prayers-
it's even worse
prayers
now,
and
right?
shit.
Because, kids, like, if I passed away tomorrow, God forbid, right? My wife can show all my kids photos of me on the phone. And,
now videos.
back then, yeah, it's just like if you had a VHS tape of your dad or your mom
Yeah.
or some pictures, that's all you have.
Hmm.
And the memories.
Yeah, that's another thing why I like doing these podcasts is because I'm like, man, once I'm dead, my kids will be able to at least watch videos of me and shit.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
I'm pretty sure I'm saying some crazy shit most of the time. But still, that's me. You know what I mean? That's the way I am. So they're gonna be able to look back and see, that's how my dad was. He's a crazy
That's what he was thinking
motherfucker, man. But yeah, man. But prayers go out to all the families that were involved, all the friends that are that don't have their loved ones, and that goes for everybody, man. Like, dude, Kobe was a millionaire. Seemed untouchable, man. But you never know when
You never know.
you never know when your time's gonna be called, man. So you need to take the time that you do have on here, on this earth, precious. Tell your loved ones you love them. Tell your friends you love them. If you have close friends, E, I love you, dude. Eric, I like you.
So if something happens,
Yeah, no.
I'll drop some flowers, maybe.
but in all seriousness, man, hug everybody, man, because you don't know, dude. You never know
Yeah.
when your last day, you just never know, dude. Could be on the ride home today.
I hope not.
Hopefully not.
I hope not.
Yeah,
But you
man,
never
that's
know,
true.
dude. It's like those the fucking jackass that was speeding, going 125
They hit the-
down 71 to hit this couple was just
Yeah.
going out to get some brunch. They were just going out to get some brunch. And this fucking dude, because he's late for his flight, wants to, and it's always the people that are doing it wrong that don't die.
He didn't
You know what
die?
I mean? I don't think so.
Oh, damn.
He got arrested.
dude.
Yeah, he got arrested and he's being, I
what's
think he's being
worse.
charged for manslaughter, right?
Manslaughter.
But that's the thing, dude. Is like, to me, it's like, dude, if you're doing something like that and you're putting other people at risk, like, you should be charged for murder, not manslaughter. Manslaughter, you do what? 10 years?
Probably at the most 10.
Because you
15.
accidentally killed.
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't
that's
an
not,
accident.
it's not
You
an
made- you
accident.
made a
You're doing
decision.
it. You're doing it on fucking purpose. You're going 125 down the highway on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
messed
terrible,
up,
man.
So fucked up, dude. I don't know if I never really like read up completely on. I don't know if they had any kids or anything like that. Did they?
Yeah. I believe so. I saw an interview on the news and it was talking to his daughters.
Mm,
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's terrible.
that's bad, man.
That's the
Because
worst.
you're late for a flight.
It's the worst thing ever, man.
It's ridiculous,
It's-
man.
Those are the things that like those phone calls.
Yeah.
The phone calls you get, man. Those are the worst. They never leave your mind.
Mhm.
What I was doing, what time it was, how you felt in that moment. It's horrible, and I that's the worst part of living is you got to go through death.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
Yeah.
is. Everyone's gonna experience in one way or another. And
You just hope it's not one of your kids before you, man.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
That'd be the worst.
That's a scary thing about having kids, dude.
It
Yeah.
is, dude. It
And
is.
Yeah.
And and the crazy thing is, you can tell your kids you love them and give them hugs, but they'll never understand a parent's love
Mm-mm.
until they have kids. You know what I mean? They'll never understand what it really means when you say I love you. They'll never
That's like-
understand it, man.
Yeah.
Straight unconditional, dude.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
They never.
Like
it's
as
like,
much as you want to hate those little fuckers.
yeah.
Every
still
day.
gotta
It's like
fucking
you don't know
them, man.
love. You think you love your girlfriend. You love your car. You say
Yeah.
you don't know what it is to love
Oh.
a child,
It's like clean your fucking
a
room.
piece of you. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's true.
crazy, scary,
It is,
man.
It is.
Yeah.
Completely fucking scary.
Again, to reiterate what you said, just take that as a lesson to just hug your kids, hug your wife, hug your family.
Yeah.
Tell everybody I love you. Squash any meaningless shit you have with your friends or family. Because that stuff doesn't matter, man.
It
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
man.
You're gonna
No.
regret it if one of you goes and you never got to say how you really
Yeah.
felt.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to say do that and
You forget
not
that
do
on
it.
your day to day.
Yeah.
You do,
day to
man.
day.
you get back to regular life, right? But
you just assume that there's going to be a tomorrow, and it's not till something tragic happens that it puts everything in perspective, and you're like, "Fuck, man,"
Yeah.
you know.
I think it's and this is just my opinion. I think it's different with someone like Kobe because, people die every day, right? But
Mhm.
people are like, oh, well, he was homeless or he was drunk or he
Mhm.
whatever, right? But when someone that's wealthy, well off, relatively young, passes away, that's when you're like, oh shit, it really can happen to everybody, right?
Can fucking happen to everybody, dude.
No matter who it is, you can go tomorrow,
Yeah.
whether you're a millionaire or a guy living on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes you think twice, at least for a while
Yeah.
before you start going back to regular life.
It sucks, man.
Yeah.
But it happened. Dude, what's crazy too is it happens the day after LeBron passes him for number 3.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
that's
All-time scorer, dude. That shit's big time, man. LeBron.
I think his last.
And the funny thing is like, so Kobe and MJ are regarded like as the scorers, right? The best scorers
Yeah.
people have ever seen, right?
LeBron's never been a shooter.
And LeBron passes him in scoring and all-time scoring, and it's like that's the whole knock on LeBron was he's not a scorer.
Mhm.
He's a
But yeah, he just
facilitator.
scored.
He
and
assists
Yeah.
and rebounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But he
passing.
just scored.
dude.
He just scored more. Who said I love you guys?
And not to mention,
Did you say it?
and not to mention,
I didn't either. Somebody hacked into our shit.
maybe it's
Guys.
Darnell.
No, he's not.
Uh,
He's not. I don't think so.
What's that? You
What
made
the
me lose
fuck?
track.
Whoever
Oh,
wrote that, I love
oh,
you
hey,
guys.
and
I love you too.
and
Yeah.
and not to mention, he did that with 1,000 less shots.
Yeah.
1,000 less shots.
Yep.
He passed them, and he's not considered
And-
a shooter.
Yeah, he's not. He's
That
well,
means
he's
it-
not
that
a
means it's more
scorer.
accurate per
Dude,
shot.
It's not just a shooter. He's not considered a scorer.
It's crazy, dude.
But it's like,
I will never understand, and that's always my argument, is how people don't think he's better than MJ, or
Yeah.
he's not the best basketball player there is. I mean, I know he doesn't have the rings, dude, but he's fucking passing everybody in every, you know what I mean, in every fucking level you can, every
Every stat.
stat. Yeah, he's up there.
yeah,
And it's like, dude, he in all fucking stats in his career, and everybody's like, well, he's been there for a long time, blah, blah, blah. But so what?
I think people just don't like his floppiness or when he used to flop heavily in the game. MJ was
Everybody
never
does it,
MJ was
Tom.
never
That's
known for that
everybody.
but
because the league was a lot
It was
because
different
was a
then.
lot
like
harder
that. The
back
league
then.
wasn't
You can
like
hack
that.
and not get
Yeah.
a foul.
Yeah, it
you
was
know?
different. then.
Because Duncan did it, Ginobili was the worst, Tony Parker did it. Everybody does it, dude. Everybody does it.
It's just
the
it's just
way
now.
the game is now.
Now
yeah.
you do this
yeah.
and you get a call,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the dude,
Again, the game's
But
changed.
it's still crazy, man. LeBron number 3 on all-time
Yeah, I
scoring
think
list is
that was
crazy.
Kobe's last tweet, right? They said he tweeted LeBron that night, like, congratulations or whatever.
keep on going.
And then, yeah, that was good. That was one thing. He was definitely a motivational type of guy, right?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, dude, the dude had a mindset named after him. Everybody wanted that Mamba mindset.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mamba mentality.
How old are you?
It's Marty.
33.
33. So it was Marty. So it was it's like you grew up shooting shit into a trash can.
Oh, the
shoot-
coat. Yeah, dude,
everybody
I remember
always,
that,
at
man.
our age, I don't know if you did it or not.
What?
When you were
It's
throwing
probably,
paper,
Jordan.
it's probably Chamberlain.
Mine was Jordan.
you didn't say
Motherfucker.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Chamberlain.
Showing
No,
your
it
age.
was always Jordan.
West.
It was Jordan. We
You
were
would
saying
say Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Anytime
ours
you-
was
I never heard
Kobe.
of- yeah,
Anytime he's
Kobe.
shooting from
And
a
I didn't
3-point
even
or
like him.
trash
And
That-
it
can.
was
same
still
here.
Kobe.
Because it was known,
Yeah.
right? It was known.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But
man.
I grew up watching Jordan when Jordan
Oh,
was
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
That's who I grew up watching.
Yeah.
That's when Jordan was big.
Yeah.
But
All right, man.
dude, LeBron's special.
He's super special, dude.
He's fucking
Yeah.
special, and I hope that when it's all said and done in his career, he gets all the recognition that he deserves because
And
there's
he
a
will.
lot of haters out there, man. And not only does that dude do it right on the court, but off the court, he
Yeah.
helps a lot of kids.
That is very true.
and
Big time.
he does a
That is
lot
very
of
true.
things.
He doesn't have
And,
scandals outside.
Yeah, he stays out of trouble, man, and he's a family dude. And
He uses his
he's-
money for good.
You see him at his son's basketball games, coaching him up, just being a supportive father. You know, he puts the right fucking
Been with
image
his
out
wife
there.
since he was in high school, I think. I'm
He
pretty
puts,
sure.
puts the right image out there for the young kids watching what the next basketball icon. You know, I just hate that people are always like, oh, he's not the greatest, he's not this, he's not that. It's like, dude, all right, LeBron, go get a championship with the Lakers.
No.
Yeah.
I
Please,
think
go
you
get
know,
another one,
I think
man.
people you have to wait until it's over, that people can start analyzing everything and then saying, okay, based on where he is at this point in at the league or where the league is he the greatest? Is he the greatest in this league or is he the greatest of all time?
That's the beautiful thing about now is that we have the technology to keep up with all the stats.
Yeah.
And the stat says he's one of the greatest. He's in the top 3 in a lot of fucking stats that matter. You know what I mean? And it's like, why doesn't he get that recognition? Why are there so many haters? Well,
Yeah.
because he jumps from team to team, but
That's probably that may be another one. I didn't even think
that's
about
what
that.
a lot of
but
people don't like about him. Well, he has to go to this team to win, and he has to go.
because if
has to
MJ
build
stayed with
around
the
him and-
Bulls for a long time. Bryant stayed with the Lakers for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the bigger ones
But
stayed with their team
wherever
for a long time.
LeBron went, they weren't a great team. He goes and starts building there, and then wins. You know what I mean? Same thing he did with Cleveland. Didn't win. Goes to Miami, wins.
Then goes
But
back
they
to
but they
Cleveland.
built around him. You know, with Wade and some of the other pieces, and then goes back to Cleveland and says, "I'm not done. You know, this is I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm not done here." Goes back, wins his championship. They build around him, win the championship, and then he says, "Okay, I did this for y'all. Now I'm gonna go to LA.
Yeah.
Bigger market, bigger thing. I can really put myself out there." And now they're starting to build again, and people always are like, "Well, he's not doing it by himself." Well, who the fuck ever does do it by themselves? Jordan had fucking Scottie Pippen and fucking
the psycho.
dude. He fucking had all sorts of people around him. You know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
never won without Pippen.
Dude, he had everybody. He had a lot of people around him. Rodman, Pippen. He had a bunch of people around him.
No, and Bryant has Shaq.
Dude,
Yeah. Shaq and then Pau Gasol.
LeBron's had different people wherever he goes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And he's not going to a super team. It's not Durant or somebody going to Golden State when they're got
Already super
Already a
talented team.
stacked
A
team,
team
and
that
they're
already
like-
won the championship
Yeah, it's
once.
not. That's not what it was.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, the Lakers aren't winning. I'm gonna go to the Lake Show and we're gonna build, and I'm gonna try to bring you out a championship. That's what makes that dude great, man. He should be a fucking MVP every year.
He should.
He should,
Like Peyton Manning back in the day.
dude. Because
He
you
could-
take him
Dude
off of
shoulda
that
won
team.
dude should have won a MVP every year. But talking about Peyton Manning, dude. Let's move into NFL, man. Baby brother retires.
Yep. It was time.
Yeah.
And you knew he wasn't.
I didn't want to see him with another team, anyways,
Yeah.
dude. You know, but it's good. You know, he'll probably end up being in the Hall of Fame.
No.
You know, 2 Super Bowls, man, against one of the most dominating teams in that era.
And one of those was an 8-8 New York Giants that
Yeah.
barely made it into the playoffs
Yep,
and went
but
all the way to the Super Bowl.
They had a fucking hell of a defense, man.
They
Oh,
beat
yeah.
They had
the
a great defense.
they beat the 16-0 Patriots, didn't they? One year
No,
in
they
the,
were
in the
more.
Super Bowl.
What, 18?
That
They
was-
were 17,
Oh,
18 and 0.
because they won the 2 playoff games.
18 and 0.
16. Yeah, they were 16.
16-0
the
regular
season.
season,
Yes.
but all together, and then they beat them in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
An
Crazy,
8-8 Giants team who
Mhm.
scraped by.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
think-
talk about a Cinderella story right there.
I don't think he gets a whole lot of credit because he's not his older brother.
Yeah, I don't think he does either, but
He's not really.
he also had a lot some fucking great defenses, man.
Mhm.
That defense with Michael Strahan, who was it? Osen Umenyiora,
What was the other one that
wasn't
blew
Pierre-
off all his
Pierre
fingers?
Paul?
Pierre Paul was
Yeah.
there. Osen
Off all his
Umenyiora.
fingers.
That's all I could think
Michael
is he blew his
Strahan.
fingers off.
Who was the other one? They had another one that was legit too, but they had that big ass running back Brandon Jacobs. That dude was like 300 pounds. He was like 6'7",
linebacker on
300
wheels.
pounds, dude. That dude was huge. But yeah, man, he ends up retiring, so no more Mannings in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
It's crazy,
He
man.
won-
The end of an era.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
End
I
of
mean,
the
their dad
Manning
was
era.
great. Then they made it. And they're great.
Yeah, dude, they have to be the best
Family.
football family ever, right?
I mean, I know there's a bunch of them out there. But
Yeah.
Because, well, I would say with the accolades they are. Because I
Don't
know.
say the Bozas.
I was going to say,
They're not there
what's
yet.
his name? The
Asshole.
They're not there yet.
flat top. Howie Long.
Oh,
And
Howie-
his two
yeah,
sons.
Long.
But they're not playmakers. Like, they're
Yeah.
not the QB or the running back or the
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean,
but dude,
yeah.
they changed the game. You know, Peyton changed the game for sure.
Yeah.
Eli followed suit. You know, there were it was just crazy, man.
it's just I don't know, but something about Eli's face. Like he doesn't
Oh
look
yeah,
like
both of them.
he doesn't look like he's
He
like
just looked like
"Arr."
he
He's like a
didn't look
pansy
too
in my
aggressive.
opinion. Yeah.
Both
When he-
of them did, dude. Peyton and Eli, they
There-
both look. You
There
know,
are times where Eli just looked like he was pouting, and you're
Yeah.
just like, dude, you're in the NFL, dude. Why do you
Yeah.
look like you're pouting?
And then he
Yeah.
goes on and wins the Super Bowl, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?"
I want a pouty quarterback.
yeah,
man.
exactly.
But
And that was when the Cowboys had a bunch of loser quarterbacks.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he had some good stats, man, and you know, I'm sure it's possible he's going to the Hall of Fame one day.
Oh yeah, I think so.
You know, might not be first round.
He's
but-
what one of 5 quarterbacks have won 2 Super Bowls or something like
Mhm.
that, right?
Mm-hmm. But
Crazy.
he'll go. I mean,
Yeah, I wonder if they have a stipulation just like the NBA had, where Kobe was gonna be inducted in 2021 or 2022 because they have to wait until 4 years. They have to be
Retired.
retired 4 years
Yeah.
from the league. So I wonder if
know.
they have that in football. But I mean, in
I
some
think you get
cases, it takes like
voted.
20 years
Yeah,
in
you
football.
get voted, so it's
He'll get in there.
it's whether
though.
you're a first rounder and you get in right away or
You
don't
wait.
You gotta wait because you don't get all the votes.
There's
right
some
off
people
the
that
bat.
are they're played great in the 70s
But
that
you
are
know
barely getting.
what's crazy is the era of these quarterbacks are transitioning out. You're gonna get rid of them.
Yeah.
You're gonna step up to the Lamar Jackson, the Patrick
mobile-
Mahomes, the mobile running.
super arm straight quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I saw was they were saying Patrick Mahomes is the first of the new era quarterbacks to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They had him up in the middle, and then they had Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson on the side.
Yeah, because last year it was Goff on the other side, and he's more of a traditional quarterback.
Mhm. Yeah.
He definitely doesn't run. I mean, he runs
Yeah.
more than Brady, but he doesn't run as much
Can't
as
put-
to qualify in that area.
I mean,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's a running gun, but he's outside of that. You know what I mean? They're the ones.
Yeah,
Patrick
that's not
Mahomes
that
is
draft
23.
class.
Russell Wilson's what 30 something.
yeah.
So they're not really in the same class, but they're going out. I think the Chargers are letting go of Phillip Rivers, so that's on its way.
He's
out.
moving to Florida, I think. So
Yeah,
he
he'll end up catching on with the team.
So yeah, but
probably Miami
you
or
know,
something.
people are moving away. It's kind of like that's not the new deal anymore.
Jose says, I think NBA is moving Kobe into the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, I saw that too. I think they are. That's going to be a crazy draft. Hall of Fame class, dude. Kobe, Garnett, and Duncan. It's going to be sick.
Oh, and it's all that generation.
Yeah,
All 3 of them.
yeah,
I guess they're making an exception
Yeah.
because of the death. Yeah.
yeah. That's a good move.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
a good
agree.
move.
I agree.
But yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. We're getting old, dude.
Yeah.
All these players are retiring, and it's like, fuck, man. I
And
grew
it's
up with these
a
guys.
different type of quarterback now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, man, because you think the game would speed up with these running gunning quarterbacks. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be faster.
I mean, the
plays.
scores are definitely higher.
Mhm.
You're averaging a lot more points per game,
Mhm.
whether the defense is there or not. A lot more points. It's turning into college football in that
Yeah.
aspect, right? College football's always been about points,
Yeah.
unless you're in the 2010 version of the
It's
SEC.
gonna be a Big 12. Everybody
just
putting up like
45 to
50
40.
points.
I hope not. Shit.
Yeah, no, you got to see some defense. That's the good thing about the NFL. You know, you get the best of everyone in college. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
You want to talk about the Pro Bowl? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch Pro Bowl.
Did you watch
didn't
it?
watch it.
I
yeah, me neither. Fuck that game.
okay, y'all didn't
Yeah.
watch it.
No.
I heard they were gonna implement that new kickoff rule
Who cares?
because
Uh,
it may make its way to the NFL.
Okay. We'll see it when it's regular season. Super Bowl, man. Are we gonna talk about the Super Bowl a little bit? It's this
Should we,
weekend,
I
You
dude.
didn't
think-
want to talk about the Pro Bowl, so might
It's
as well,
this
right?
weekend, man.
we might as well skip the Super Bowl too,
Might,
right?
might as well.
We
I
talked
mean-
about it last week.
Some scrub teams playing, so You know,
Scrub
Let's
team.
scrub.
we'll just talk about next season.
Why are they
Um,
scrub? Because they're not the Cowboys?
I was just kidding, man.
Ooh, he's just kidding.
Yeah,
dude.
to
Don't
tone
get
it down a
offended.
bit.
Hey,
Tone it
man,
down.
you can just keep your Dallas Cowboy ass at home Sunday.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Oh, you going to
Okay,
their house to
yeah.
watch the game? Oh shit!
Not no more.
You're gonna let that bad juju walk into
He's
your
gonna
door?
he's gonna
No.
see me on the camera. He's like, don't open the door.
We ain't home.
I wouldn't let.
I'm gonna be watching my camera at my front door.
I wouldn't let
Nah,
any
man,
Dallas Cowboy
everybody's
come watch me.
welcome, dude.
No, fuck that. It's gonna change
He's-
the whole. It's
nah.
gonna change it, dude.
No, it's not.
Changes the atmosphere.
He's
Nah.
family, man. Family's
Yeah.
always welcome.
Yeah, he's.
I
gonna
mean, he
be
he
yelling
wore
in your face.
Niner jersey in my house, so it's only right that I get to come in with the Dallas jersey.
Oh.
Be the one guy in there.
I was gonna say, you watching it at home?
Yeah.
You making some food or what?
Probably.
What are you making?
And make a big pot of menudo
Oh yeah, I'm not going.
The famous beans.
if y'all want. 'em.
Man, those things are so good, bro.
What are
Very
you
very Mexican of you. I like them.
making? He's not Mexican.
I
he's
mean,
American.
considering he loves Taco Bell, right?
right.
These beans are great. They're definitely not
He's
Taco.
gonna have some.
They're not Taco Bell beans.
He's
Tell you
gonna
that
have
much.
some ground beef with sand in it.
No.
The pink slime.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to come to my house? You don't like my house or what?
I don't like menudo.
Bitch, don't eat it. Bring you a
I'm-
pizza.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna.
He's sitting in the corner. He's slicing the pizza.
Not everybody's gonna eat
I'll
what I
just
make.
fucking stay home and eat pizza.
I told everybody, hey, if you want something different, bring
nah,
it.
Nah, I'm going to
I bet
my
you
buddy's house.
are. I
we're
guess
doing,
I'm not a buddy.
We're doing a.
Why don't you tell your buddy come sit in this fucking chair then
Oh,
and talk
damn.
sports with you?
Because he
Damn.
doesn't know sports. We're
Oh,
gonna
but you're gonna go
to,
sit and watch Super Bowl with them, huh?
He's making crawfish. You gonna do
Oh,
a
damn.
crawfish
Bitch, bring you
boil?
some crawfish. I got a pot to boil.
You gonna do a crawfish boil?
I don't know how, but we'll throw them in a pot with some water and fucking
Nah,
corn and potatoes. I seen it on TV.
I don't like the
He
corn
said
and
I seen it
potatoes.
on TV.
They throw a pack of that Cajun rub in
All
there.
you gotta do is
fucking boil
YouTube it.
Yeah, we
Uh.
can do that.
Nah, I'm watching it at his house.
Good.
You don't want me there anyways, dude, because I think I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my pick, man.
Well,
I
let's
just,
talk about
dude, I just think,
it. You're
I
just gonna
just
be
think-
like everybody else.
no, man, I just think this Kansas City offense is too much, man. Especially with Pat Mahomes in his feet, dude. I think he's gonna be able to make, I think he's gonna be able to make a lot of plays with his feet.
You know, Joe Montana had a perfect reference when somebody was asked him about who's gonna win,
Yeah,
and he said one of the Super Bowls. I forget which one he played in against.
who
shit, I
doesn't
can't
like
remember.
menudo? Is JJ a Mexican?
I can't.
A
I can't.
Mexican?
I can't remember. I can't remember the
Good
team.
one.
He
man,
said-
I don't
he
like
said,
that
but-
stuff.
He said, "You know what I like about this?"
Too
He goes,
chewy.
"That game we played, of course we're the underdog." He goes, "Everybody was too busy talking about how we were going to stop them, but nobody talked about if they were going to be able to stop us." He goes, "And you know the way the game ended up." No, it's just true. All you hear is Kansas City this, Kansas City that, Kansas City's too strong,
Fuck the Chiefs. I never said they were too strong.
they're too much.
I
He
mean, I
said,
think
"Fuck the
they have a
Chiefs."
great offense.
Yeah,
Their-
that's
their
what-
defense is
It's shoddy, but that's
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know, dude.
I mean, so the Niners got running backs, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
Look what at least the first half the Titans did to the Chiefs, right? And that's with one running back, and that's with a terrible quarterback. I'm not saying the Niners quarterback is the greatest in the world, but the Niners certainly have a better defense. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game. It's
I
going to be
think-
a matchup that I know you guys played already in the regular season, but
I think we have a better offensive line than the Titans did. And I know Derrick Henry is good, but I said it on this show. Derrick Henry has his games and has his bad games. And he showed up with the bad game. That's Derrick Henry.
again, it's one dimensional, so you can't,
That's Derrick Henry.
if his mind's not right, they're losing the game, period, because their quarterback is terrible.
But if you take Mahomes out of the game, what do they have?
but when have you
Great
seen
question.
Mahomes taken out of a game?
You haven't yet. But it doesn't mean it can't be possible. Doesn't
Just
mean
saying,
it can't
dude.
happen.
I'm not saying that he can't either.
But
I'm
but
not,
when they look at the 49ers, what aspect do they got to take out the game? They say, well, we can stop the running back. Okay, we'll make Garoppolo throw. But there was a time where our running backs were all hurt. And our defense was all hurt. And they were putting up points. And who kept us in every game? Garoppolo. Okay, he hasn't thrown the last two games because he hasn't needed to. Doesn't mean he can't.
I get that, dude. I get it.
Good point.
Doesn't mean
I
our
don't-
wide receivers aren't great. They got one good
No,
one.
they're not great.
Doesn't they got
Let's-
one good one?
Okay, but hold on. Your all's wide receivers aren't great.
They're good. They're good enough.
Okay.
Between-
I'm just
between-
you said great, and I want
Between
to correct.
Pettis, between Sanders and Debo Samuels,
Yeah, they're good.
they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have Hill.
And they got
Oh,
Watkins.
Chiefs, yeah.
And they
Okay,
got
Sammy
Travis
Watkins.
Kelsey.
Okay, we got between Kelsey and George Kittle. I think Kittle's better. I think he's a better blocker. They're
I've
both
seen
great
Kittle
catchers.
taken out of games though. I've seen Kittle taken out of games.
Well, because they can. We can
That's what
take
I'm
them out of
saying.
games.
No,
mean
I'm saying
intentionally?
like he hasn't put up stats,
Well, because they're using him as a blocker.
dude.
Because he's such a great blocker.
I'm just saying.
That's
I've
what
seen-
gets-
I
that's what
had
gets
him-
our
I
running
had him
game
in
going.
fantasy football, and I've seen that dude not put
Yes,
up points.
because they
Travis
put him as a
Kelsey
blocker.
always puts
Because
up
that's
points.
all they have.
I'm just saying, dude.
They're one-sided. They are a passing team first, passing
Pa-
and only passing.
I'm not saying they're not.
So when you only
They
have,
are a passing team
when you-
first. I'm
when-
not saying they aren't.
when you have three weapons, that's it. You have Hill, Tariq Hill. You have Travis Kelsey. You have Watkins.
And you got
those are
the
your
other
three guys.
Robinson.
Okay, but those are your three main guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna get their dues because that's all there is.
Oh my God.
Because that's all there is. So
Yeah.
of course they're gonna get it. But we're a power run team. So do we need a throw? No. They get the ball running, then they say, "Hey, Kittle, you're gonna block." He's a block.
But I don't know, dude, because the Chiefs. I mean, dude, I thought Derrick Henry was gonna run all over the Chiefs, man, and they stopped him
Dude, when has Derrick Henry ever had a great year?
this past year.
That's
I was
it.
about to say that.
How,
too.
how long has he been in the league?
I
5
don't know.
years.
But he hasn't been the main back how he is this year before.
Derrick Henry. If you look at
and they have to rely on
if
him a
you
lot
look
more
at
this year.
every
Yeah.
year he's been in the league, that dude's either been hurt.
Okay,
Or
but he
he's been
hasn't.
inconsistent.
He hasn't been the main running back that he was like this year.
Okay, so they stopped Kelsey. I mean, they stopped Derrick Henry. Okay, they stop our running game.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just saying Garoppolo can't throw the ball.
I don't, dude. If it's gonna come down to a shootout between Garoppolo and Pat Mahomes, you give me Pat Mahomes all fucking day, and you would pick the same thing.
I would
Yes.
not going against a strong defense.
That's the outlier here. That's the outlier is the defense. Can they contain Patrick Mahomes if it turns into a shootout?
Yeah.
Look,
My brother says 37-24 Chiefs.
now can they? That's
It's not
going to be
a
the
bad
question.
score.
If they
No,
can,
it's not.
he's a running gunner, sure. But if you look at a lot of their games, you see one person chasing Mahomes out of the pocket most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
One guy. When you look at the 49ers play games, there's never one guy chasing you out. They always got somebody coming in
Yeah.
from
Well,
both
I saw
sides.
the last one. They were really good.
They got someone coming from both sides, and they got a spy up the middle.
I get that.
So
But
it's gonna be a different outlook than what he's used to seeing.
Yeah, he's gonna have to watch.
They're gonna
all
contain him a
sides.
little
He's gonna
bit
have
better.
he's gonna have to play at his best. That's what I'm saying.
Raul Jaime says Mahomes.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible that we can lose. Sure,
To me,
but
to
it's
me,
possible they can lose too.
no, it is.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
why they
gonna
have
be
to
a
play
great
the
game.
game. Yeah,
It's gonna be a
But
great game.
It's going to be a great game of offense against defense. But the thing is, to me, is y'all's defense has struggled against quarterbacks that can run.
You know what? The way I look at it is, or not the way I look at it, but one of the aspects I look at, how many teams this year has Kansas City played that had a defense like ours?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. That's it.
That's
And
the
they didn't
main one.
exactly blow them out of the water. They didn't exactly blow
Is
them out.
that? Is
Yeah,
that
they
all?
did. The Chiefs did.
By what?
They put up like 30 something points on them.
But what did Baltimore put up?
I don't know. It was like they were in the 20s maybe.
I mean, it's not like a blowout. It's not a blowout. It's not 30-0.
I'm not saying that
Okay,
San
okay.
Francisco is going to get blown out.
I'm not saying you are, but listen to me.
It's 33-28.
Okay,
33-28.
listen to me. They played one. How many quarterbacks do we play with the style of Patrick Mahomes?
2. Y'all
Russ-
played 2.
Russell Wilson, twice a year.
Yeah. And y'all
Listen-
played Lamar
listen.
Jackson this year.
Lamar Jackson, which we only lost by a field goal, when he was considered the best quarterback in the NFL unstoppable team going to the Super
The
Bowl.
weather was really bad
And-
that day.
and
The weather was really bad that day.
And we were down our defense.
Okay, but the weather was really
We
bad
had like
that day.
5 defensive players out. Okay,
But the weather was really bad that day.
You got those 2 guys, right? I'm gonna stretch and say Kyler Murray.
Don't stretch.
He's new, but he's a running gunner.
Kyler Murray is not the same.
He's a running gunner.
Kyler Murray's
I
not
didn't
the
say
same.
I didn't say he's Patrick Mahomes. I said his style. He's
Hey,
a
well,
running
he's not
gunner.
Patrick. He's not Russell Wilson, and he's not Lamar Jackson.
I know that, but he's a running gunner. He's gonna get out the pocket. He's gonna scramble.
You can't
That's
compare
what he
him.
does.
And y'all almost got beat by them too, right? And that dude isn't that good.
And I'll put Aaron Rodgers in there. Aaron Rodgers scrambles as well.
Yeah, but he's not the type of runner Pat Mahomes is.
He's not,
dude.
but he's a scrambler. He's someone that gets out of the pocket. So even still, that's 4 quarterbacks that we play with that style of get out the pocket, make something happen.
Okay.
They've played one defense like ours. We've played 4 different quarterbacks.
What are you saying?
2 of them we play twice a year.
What are
I'm
you
saying
He's
we
saying
have
they're,
a lot more
they're pretty
experience
prepared. Yeah.
in that manner. We have a lot more experience
Yeah,
in
but
containment.
y'all struggle against those teams.
And I would struggle with and win.
But y'all didn't win.
We-
Y'all lost. Y'all lost twice. Y'all lost to Seattle.
Once, yeah.
Y'all lost to the Ravens.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
how close was the Cardinals game?
No,
Which
think
y'all
that's
that,
One of
that
them-
game shouldn't have even been close.
One of them was probably, I think, by a touchdown. But
That
like
game
I
shouldn't
said,
have been close.
That's when we were
And then-
lacking our defense.
And then y'all won by
36-26.
That's when we were down our defense.
and then y'all won by an inch. The last game against
Seattle. But Seattle always plays us tough because that's a divisional game.
It also has to do with how good their quarterback is.
All right.
But
Okay.
I'm just saying,
But
dude.
we win. I'll take a
But
win
we
here.
win.
I'll take a win here by 3 points.
I'm not saying you won't.
All right. Then why are we talking about the point spread? Or you barely
I'm
won?
not
Why do
talking about the point
you
spread.
keep
You're the
saying, but
one
you
talking about the point
You keep
spread.
saying, but you barely won. What does that matter?
No, you're saying that you're making it seem like Kyler Murray's on the same level as Pat
I did.
Mahomes.
I said style. He's a run and gun. He's
But
gonna
he's
look at his.
not, though.
He's gonna look at his first target. If it's not there, he's gonna scramble out.
But he's not though. Do you think Kyler Murray's the same level of quarterback as Patrick Mahomes?
I'm not. You're the one putting him on the same level. I'm
No,
saying
you're
the
the
same
one
style.
saying that he reads one thing and then he takes off. That's not
Yeah.
what Pat Mahomes does.
Okay, Pat Mahomes doesn't scramble.
No, he scrambles, but he
Okay.
doesn't look at one target and then take off and
Okay,
run.
Patrick Mahomes may look at multiple targets and then he runs, but he's known as a scrambler. He makes
He's
things
not
happen.
known as a scrambler. He's
He's
known
not.
more
I think
as
he's
a
a
passive
pocket passer?
Yeah.
He can run.
Is
and
he
that's,
not? Is he not known
that's
more as
a
a pocket
I don't
scary
see him
thing.
passer?
as a pocket passer.
I think when everything's in place,
Yeah,
he'll stay in the pocket.
yeah.
When everything's in place.
Yes.
But that's
Okay.
assuming everyone's fine on all cylinders, right?
Okay, well, I mean,
That,
He does-
that
he
may
does-
not happen with the better defense.
He doesn't look to run. Pat Mahomes looks to throw the ball. That's what he looks to do. He doesn't look to run.
okay.
As Kyler Murray would look to run, Lamar Jackson would look to run. If you're gonna compare Pat Mahomes to somebody, it'd be more like Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah,
Either way, it's gonna be a great game.
I think it's gonna be a great game. But
Could be.
yeah,
I'm just glad the Patriots aren't in it anymore.
we
so.
know we
I'm
know who
happy.
you're taking. I'm taking Kansas
course.
City. I gotta switch my pick, dude.
I think majority of everybody's gonna take Kansas City, and
yeah, I
that's
think
fine.
so too.
And I'm taking Kansas City because I fucking hate the Niners. Dude. I've hated them my whole life because I had an uncle who was a Niners fan, and he used to always talk
You
shit.
probably weren't even alive to watch any of their Super Bowls.
I was.
Cowboys.
I
Which
was.
ones? Which ones?
All
the
of
ones
them in the 90s.
Yeah, you probably don't even
How do you
remember.
Why do you think I
Yeah.
still reminisce about them?
You probably don't remember. You watch highlights. You're probably
No,
like 10,
I
9.
watched all of them. I was 10-9, but I still watched all the
Mm-hmm.
games.
My
And ever
boy-
since
look,
then, my uncle been talking
my boy
trash.
My boy Brandon's a San Francisco fan too. He says
Good, man.
Bosa.
Brandon,
Hashtag Bosa.
Brandon, I love you.
Um,
I mean, that's fine. I get
Dude,
shit
it's gonna be
all
a great
week, dude,
game.
from everybody.
and
who's,
it's gonna
who's-
happen, man.
Who's
It's
Cowboy
gonna happen.
fans, Kansas City, whatever. And I'm like, cool, man. I mean, it's a game. That's what they go to play.
yeah.
If they lose, will I be fucking mad? No. I'm gonna be like, dude, it's a game. They,
It
they
is,
got they
yeah.
got they got there.
They made it to the Super Bowl.
They made it there.
Yeah,
And
they're in the show.
you're
That's all you can
you're-
ask for.
You're playing against this top ranked team. You know what I mean? You're gonna go out there and give it their all, and I know they're gonna go give it their all.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Everyone out there is a professional, and they're gonna play 110%.
Yep.
You know, Kyle Shanahan, he's a great coach. He schemes up really well. He schemes up runs and movement and shit to get people confused.
Do you know he's a former Texas Longhorn?
Yeah,
I did not know that until I saw the story
Wide
about
receiver.
2 weeks ago.
we talked about it last week.
Rob Sala.
Watch the show.
Rob Sala. he's been scheming up great defensive plays. He's getting everybody active. You know, they've been getting a lot of pressure with the front four, not having to blitz a whole lot, which may change here. You may see a lot of blitz packages on Patrick Mahomes. You know, I
I
know
think
with-
that's one way to surprise him.
I know with veteran quarterbacks you don't do that because they know how to get rid of the ball really quick. But we'll see if a rookie can. We'll see, not a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
It's second year in, but we'll see if he can handle that pressure.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what you're gonna have to rely on as the defense is hurt
How
him,
is he
right?
gonna stack
Hurt
pressure?
him mentally,
Yeah.
right?
Aaron says he's going with San Francisco.
That's my bro. I love you, brother.
That's fine. That's
you know-
that's to be expected.
You know,
from siblings.
you know, Patrick Mahomes had a lot of pressure, dude. They're talking him up. He's going in there with Kansas City hasn't been in the last 50 years. You know, I'm supposed to go out there and win. It's expected. That's a lot of pressure on a
Huge
on a
it is.
burden to
23-year-old.
carry on his shoulders, man.
It is.
Garoppolo, this is his first time there too. But I like to think back at every year he sat in the plan and prep in the Patriots room for a Super Bowl. And he watched them prep. He saw the way they prepped. He saw the way the game was played out. He saw the way Brady handled it. He's been
But
there.
he was never in there, dude.
He was never throwing the ball.
That's
but
the
he's,
thing.
But he's been in every prep.
But you don't
for
know.
him.
Yeah.
You don't know how he's
And
going to
that's
react
huge.
under
He
the
knows how to
lights.
mentally
He
prepare.
knows how to mentally get ready and what plays are calling, what defense is going to look like, how they prepared for it.
But you don't know how he's going to act
No.
under the lights, though.
Yeah, but you're going to give the benefit of the doubt to Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to give it to
I'm not.
Garoppolo.
But Patrick Mahomes has won more playoff games than Garoppolo has.
That's because Garoppolo was hurt all last year.
Whose fault is that? It's not Patrick
It's
Mahomes'
football.
fault.
It's football. But,
Yeah, but it's not Patrick Mahomes' fault.
Garoppolo's, I think,
You can't knock him for being
I think,
healthy.
I think Garoppolo's
Yeah.
like 23-5 with the 49ers. I mean, that's a pretty good fucking stat
Okay.
to be.
Well, I mean, the Chiefs are probably around the same record with
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes, right?
I would assume it's.
What were they
pretty
this
high.
year?
They were what 12-4. No.
This year, 12-4,
No, they're 13. They were 13-4.
3. Or
13-3, 13-4.
13-3.
I think that's their
They
regular
can't be
season
13-4
record.
because it's 17 games.
Yeah, so it's
13-3.
13-3, and then they won the
Last year,
next
what
games.
were they?
I think they only lost like
3 games?
3 or 4
2
games.
games?
Yeah.
So,
So they got a
he's
good
probably
record.
got the same
So-
record.
So
Probably
Garop-
that's it's almost probably the same.
Garop-
Yeah, it's
Garoppolo-
probably around the same.
yeah, and Patrick Mahomes played 2 years. Garoppolo missed a year.
Okay, so
And he's
how's
got a
he
pretty good record.
25-5? What did you say his record
He's-
was? Because
he
that's
was-
not right.
Last I heard, he was 22-5. And that was
How
was
many
before
games
the
did he
playoffs.
play last year?
He got hurt in the Kansas City game, and that was their third game in.
So
That's
12
not
game in?
right then.
12-4 both years for the Chiefs.
That's not right
So
then.
the 24.
Look at
and
his stat,
8.
dude.
Well, you're the one spewing his stats like they're right, and I'm
I
just
don't wanna
questioning
look it
them
up.
because you're saying
I'm
he's
telling you-
25
I'm
and
telling
something,
you-
but that's not right because if he was out, if he went out in Game 4, they only that's 4 games with them. We'll give them 4 games, and they played what 12. They're what 12, 13-3 this year.
They were 12-4 both years.
No, the Niners
the-
are 13-3 this year.
Oh, the Niners.
Yeah.
Oh shit, let me check. They're 13-3, yeah.
So he played 4 games last year, 13-3 this year. That's
So it's
17-3.
17-3.
Well, I'm fucking looking up stats now.
And
Okay,
Mahomes,
well, I'm just saying.
Mahomes 20,
You
24
said
and
they
8.
were what 25-5. You said he was 25.
It was like
22
22-5.
22-5.
That's what I heard, dude. I'm not just making shit
Where'd
up
you hear that? CNN,
through
fake news.
ABC,
Yeah, ABC.
ABC.
through better people than
You
us.
can't trust ABC nowadays, man.
Oh shit.
Through better people than us.
Well, obviously it's not better people because they can't count.
I don't know how to find this fucking dude.
Just put a Garoppolo record with 49ers.
I did, but it's
Google.
giving me all his other like his stats like 27 touchdowns, blah blah blah. You know all that shit.
Yeah.
That's not.
Anyways,
what I'm looking
let's go.
Olatia.
So who? You got KC. I got KC.
Mhm.
Ernest has got San Francisco. Brandon, you said KC. You going with 49ers?
No, I said 49ers because defense wins
yeah,
championships.
You're right. Yep. Yep.
Hey man, I
Oh,
know
man.
this. If they
So
lose,
JJ, you're changing to KC.
Yeah, I
All
gotta
right,
change
and
it.
then-
If they
and
lose
Eric,
on
you
Sunday-
said KC?
I'm KC.
All right.
If they lose on
if they
Sunday,
lose on Sunday, I'm not gonna come in Monday.
I'm not
So
gonna,
fuck y'all.
I'm not gonna show up.
Well, hey, we'll have an open spot. on
Fuck y'all
Monday.
for not being emotional support for your friend
I am
when I needed it.
Dude, my heart is gonna be with you,
No.
but my mind, I'm thinking
No.
KC's
Yeah.
gotta win.
No, you gotta just be with me all the way. You gotta
No.
have my back.
No,
No.
I hate the Niners.
If the
man.
Texans were in there and not the Niners, I'd be like, dude, I'd be rooting for the Texans.
Oh, I support the Texans. They're the Texas team.
Fucking cocksuckers, man. Both of y'all.
It's just the way the world works,
You
man.
fucking cocksuckers, man. Fuck y'all.
Whoa,
Hey,
whoa,
we're
buddy.
we're not like
Y'all are-
advocating.
y'all
we're
are
not
hurting my
advocating.
feelings.
We're not advocating for the Chiefs.
Y'all
to
are
win.
hurting my feelings
We
right
just
now.
think the Chiefs are gonna win. Big difference, right? We're not here like, oh, Chiefs, go Chiefs.
No, you gotta
We're,
be like
we're
Niners,
just
man. I
we're,
think
we're
we can do
using
it.
math and statistics and game plan and strategy and all that to determine our pick. It's not emotional.
I saw
it's not emotional.
I saw a stat on ESPN. They looked up, okay, in all the games, the Super Bowl games, 54 Super Bowl games, how many times has the number one offense played the number one defense? They said 20 times. Okay, and in those 20 times that's happened, what are the breakdowns? 15 times the defense won, 5 times the offense won. So go off of that stat.
I mean, that's historically speaking,
All
but
right,
you
okay.
still, hey, you
You're
still
just
have,
saying stats.
you still have 5 though.
You're just
You're
saying
so-
stats.
You're
We're-
saying what?
I was watching the Get Up on ESPN, and they said, okay, we broke down how many times in the 54 Super Bowls that we've had has the number one offense played the number one defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they broke it down. The guy said that's happened 20 times out of 54, right? And they said, okay, and out of that 20 times, what were the stats in whose favor? They said out of the 20 times, it broke down 15 times defense won, 5 times offense won. That's how it broke down.
Yeah. Jose
Yeah,
says, I think the Niners will win, but I don't want them to
Look.
get number 6 before the Cowboys.
Now read what Brandon said because he's
Garoppolo says, as a starter, 23-5, which includes 2 games with the Pats.
So he's 20.
21 and
Yeah.
21 and
Thank you.
5.
5.
But
thank you.
how
21
long has Garoppolo
21
been with the
and 5
49ers?
and 24
it
and
was
8.
just
This
last
is-
year and this year.
Yeah, there's 2 years.
He can't.
The year before, I think he might have been there. The year was it? Maybe
Has he been
went in
there 3 years or 2 years?
He went in there not last year because he got hurt. The year before that, because I think that's when they gave him his contract, that big contract, and then he.
So
he
he's
started
been
the
there
next
3
year.
years.
I believe so, 3 years. So
Well,
the
that's why I'm
I,
wrong.
I wonder. Well, I wonder if that's counting the playoff games this year. If that is, that'd be 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 wins this year, plus
I don't
4
know,
wins
'cause
last year.
Yeah.
I saw he went out
Will be
and he
20.
went out in game 3 last year. So that's 3 games. Let's say they were 3-0, right?
They were 14 and 4 and
No, but let's say they were
12.
3-0 in his starts last year, right? So 3-0, they went 13-3 this year. That's 16-3.
Plus, what about the playoffs? Are they counting the playoffs?
I don't
That's
think
what
they're
I'm asking.
counting
dude,
the
I wish I could
playoffs,
find
'cause
the
that's
fucking
what-
damn
that's
stats.
Then that means
That's 2 more wins, right?
that means he won
That's 18
7
and
in the
3.
year before that.
I wish I could find the stats so I could fucking show y'all, but
I don't
can't
know.
find them.
In any,
I don't know when he got there.
In any case, if that's true, he's 23-5. Mahomes is 24-8.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's about the
that's
same
that's
record.
ridiculous for any quarterback.
Yeah, both of them.
So they're both been doing great
Yeah,
statistically.
it's gonna be a hell of a game, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great game. Andy Reid is due for a ring.
I agree that.
man. I agree. And
dude
what
been
was
so
what was
close.
his record off of a bye week? His record's like stupid off of a bye
Who?
week. Andy Reid, he's like 28 and fucking 3 or some shit off of a bye week.
I don't know all the stats, dude. I think the 49ers have a great one too.
Hey Brandon, since you're looking up stats, dude, look that one up.
I think 49ers have a good record off of
What's
bye week.
not
too.
Wait, which one are you
not,
talking
not
about?
you, Brandon. The other Brandon in the Facebook.
The other one. The
messages.
other one.
The one that's actually doing his job.
Oh, yeah, that would be the other one.
Look up that one, Brandon. What
Hey, he could be the show fact checker.
right?
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, and the other thing we
What's
have
hold
is-
on. What's Andy Reid's record after a bye week? Okay, what were you saying?
The other thing we have too is we have Mike Shanahan. We have good,
Okay.
two Super Bowl winning with the Giants. Was it not the Giants?
No, it has to be
Who the
the
fuck is
Giants.
Mike Shanahan?
Kyle Shanahan's dad,
Oh,
Yeah.
Mike Shanahan.
Isn't he the
He was with the
17
Redskins.
He
retired.
He wasn't with the Giants.
That's what I was saying. I don't think it was the Giants. It was
No,
the
he was
Redskins.
with the Redskins. He's
Anyways,
17-3 off of bye week.
17-3 off of bye
okay.
week.
What is San Francisco? Fucking dickhead.
What is San Francisco? What?
Off
They're
of bye
fucking
week.
off of bye
Same
week.
stat. He
it's
wants
not
the same stat.
No, dude, we're talking about head coaches here, not the team. Crazy. What's San Francisco all time
Can
off
we
of bye
look?
week?
Can we look at Kyle Shanahan, please, off of bye week? Even though
Is
he's only been
this his
coaching.
his first head
Nah, he
coaching
went-
gig, right?
I thought he coached for Atlanta before here.
Offensive coordinator.
He was offensive coordinator
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he's been an assistant coach a lot of different places.
Yeah, this is his first head coaching
Yeah.
job.
Maybe.
So not bad, man. Not bad.
But I know anyways, my whole thing was his dad helps him.
Mm-hmm.
He gets
Yeah.
some help. They did an interview with his dad about how he does, and he's like, his dad was like, I love it. He goes, we get to break down games together. He goes, I'll actually, break down the games they played, and I'll get with them and say, hey man, I don't know if you noticed, but in this part you're leaving this open, or that part you had the opportunity there, or this, that. He gives them that insight that, all his experience with the game, he gives them that insight. He's like, I also, like, if I know they're playing an opponent, I'll break down their games and be like, hey, I noticed they're vulnerable here, and this works on them here. So, I mean, that's
You mean Mike does that for his son?
for his son. And he says, I
He
love.
probably crumbles that shit up and throws
He
it out
says-
the
he says,
window
so
because that dude was terrible
he
with the
says,
Redskins.
We have a good communication there, and it's a good breakdown together of the games.
But yeah, I think I remember now. He was with the Broncos. I think that's where he won the Super Bowls.
Shanahan, I know it was somewhere, man. But
Yeah, the Texans had him. I think the Texans had him as a offensive coordinator for a year or two, and then he was with the Falcons for a little bit, and then that's when he got the head coaching job with the Niners.
I don't know.
You don't know what, dude?
I don't know, because I look at it and I'm like,
It's gonna be a good game.
I'm like, you
dude.
look at
that's all you want.
Okay, you look at the
Yeah.
stats and Mahomes and Garoppolo in their wins and losses, they're pretty even, right?
Their wins and losses,
Yeah,
yes.
their wins and losses. They play totally different. One's
Styles.
a pocket passer. Well, they're both pocket passers, but different
Yeah.
styles,
Oh shit!
right?
This thing just went off.
Garoppolo doesn't really get out of the pocket. That's just not his style. He's a lot like Brady. Stays in the pocket, makes his throws.
Yeah.
But they're kind of similar in wins and losses, and that being the case. But then you go to San Francisco and you say, well, San Francisco has a much better defense,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to say a much better run game, but a more established run game. And then you go back to Kansas City and says, well, Patrick Mahomes scrambles. I'm like, dude, if he goes in there and embarrasses us because he scrambles, then we deserve to lose.
Yeah.
Dude, you're saying it like it's
Yeah.
gonna
If
be a
that's-
blowout one way or
If-
the
if-
other.
but
It's
if-
not like
if
that.
that's the factor, then we deserve to lose. We weren't good enough.
Well, I mean,
dude,
again,
that dude can make plays from the pocket. He doesn't have to scramble. That's the whole thing about it.
Maybe.
Is he can make plays from the
well,
pocket.
that's the thing. Again, they're playing a great defense, right? So if the defense does their job, he's gonna have to scramble to make a play
And not only that,
to keep the play
not
going.
only that, if he tries to get rid of the ball quick, then mistakes can happen. That's how you get picks.
Yeah.
He starts scrambling
But
with the ball.
Garoppolo's been known to throw picks too.
Oh, he'll throw a pick, but yeah, he's gonna throw a pick or two. You know that when he throws the ball, because he pushes that ball.
Which is why you want the running back
He pushes
to
that
dominate
ball.
the game.
But that's
Yeah.
also why he makes great plays too, because he's not afraid to throw the ball.
Yeah.
He's gonna let it go.
Yeah, that's like Tony Romo though. You want to be that kind of
Dude, Tony
quarterback?
Romo wasn't a bad quarterback. He just fucking got hurt all the time.
I don't know, man.
He's a great announcer,
He's a
and
great.
he's gonna get paid.
He's a great.
Yeah,
announcer.
he's about to get paid. I don't know, dude. This is gonna be a great game though.
I hope
man.
it's a great game.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be. I think so, man.
Jeter and Jimmy Walker, Larry Walker got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Dude, baseball. What do you think about that,
That's some boring shit.
dude?
He got the Niners on his
Do
mind
you agree
24/7.
with people getting mad about Jeter not being unanimous?
No.
Like that's stupid,
No,
right?
I don't
To
agree
me,
with
it was
that.
like y'all are fucking idiots. Like, there's only been one player ever to go in unanimous, and that's Mariano Rivera, and that's because he's been the best player at his position all time,
Mm-hmm.
without a doubt. Best in the regular season, best in the playoffs. Nobody could fucking touch that dude except for the Red Sox. We touched his ass up a few times.
Can I go take a leak while y'all are talking this stupid shit?
No, because I'm
It
about
seems
to
like a
change
good
it
time.
anyways. But you know,
I gotta go.
it is what
Nobody
it is.
cares.
What if you gotta go, dude?
Damn Niners always
You
got a
thought I'd
tinkle.
fucking ask permission. Is that cool?
Yeah, I guess.
Fucking dick.
We're about to talk 49ers again.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
He's like,
Um,
so what's going on, guys?
But yeah, so I don't know, man. To me, it was dumb. You know, it didn't make any sense. Like, you're gonna sit there and tell me that Jeter deserved to be
No,
unanimous
dude.
over Ken Griffey?
No,
like,
dude. I mean,
relax.
Jeter was great. No, there's no denying
Yeah.
that. But not to deserve unanimous, man. Like now it's just getting to the fan base saying that. Just crying.
Yeah. Brandon says can't throw a pick when the run game's strong.
That's a good
He
point.
threw a pick against Green Bay.
Yeah. What he only threw like what 10 passes?
Yeah, and he
Something
threw
like
a
that?
pick. Good luck with that ratio.
Yeah. You better hope the Niners are running strong, man. Because when Garoppolo touches the ball and it's not a handoff, you better watch out.
Dude, that game's gonna be crazy, man.
It's gonna be great. And again, like you said, it's gonna be top offense versus top defense. Let's
Were
see-
they
Oh,
weren't the number one offense though.
Who? Kansas
City? No. The Ravens were the number one offense.
No. Well, top
So
two.
his fucking stat doesn't fucking matter.
He lied.
Stupid ass.
or wherever you heard that from.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell his ass when he gets back, like, big dummy. Look,
He'd be sorely
okay,
disappointed.
double check that, Brandon, please. Number one offense in the NFL 2019.
Get it right.
Yeah, let's make sure before I start talking shit.
Because then he's gonna pull it up on
Yeah.
his phone.
Yeah, we all got these little devices attached to our dicks.
Yeah.
All right, what the leading offense?
Yes.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Okay, his fucking stat doesn't mean dick.
By
Yeah.
quite a big margin.
Was the defense 49ers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That makes
half
sense.
half of his.
Yeah, he got half right.
Yeah. Give him half credit.
You're about to get fucking run out this bitch. I don't care. Put those antennas back in your ear. Kansas, your stat about the number one offense against the number one defense doesn't matter because Kansas City wasn't the number one offense in the league.
Who was Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Yep.
But now that Baltimore's out, Kansas City's number one.
That's what it is.
Hey, that's a good rationality right there, man. You can't argue with that one. Now that Baltimore's out, Kansas
They
City's
got a couple.
definitely
They got
the
a
best
couple of more
offense.
games. So
Top-
they scored a couple more touchdowns, more yardage.
They
So
were
go-
up by a bunch. What's
rephrase it. Top remaining offense.
how
versus
big was
top
the
defense.
difference, Brandon?
530, and then Buffalo Bills in second place at 425.
Oh,
Chiefs.
Buffalo
Oh
Bills.
damn.
Chiefs at 419.
Bills was
Oh, third
Texans
they
at
spot.
were third,
401.
dude. Oh wow,
Damn.
that's surprising.
Yeah, no, that's
Let's
well,
see. Daryl
again,
says
you got half of it right.
Kansas City's defense has been playing pretty good lately. I agree, D.
So that's San Francisco.
Thought
They've been
New
playing pretty
England was
good
the
lately.
number one
Yeah.
defense. I
we
think
know that.
New England was the number one defense in the AFC. But overall NFL, San Francisco was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
I think the biggest thing is people don't want them to get their sixth ring.
I certainly
could-
don't
I
want
could-
them to get their sick ring.
I
think
could
that's the-
fucking
that's
care
the biggest
less.
thing.
I
could
don't.
care
As
less.
a Cowboy fan, I don't.
To me, I could care less. I'm just breaking it down as an outsider looking at the game. I think Kansas City, and again, dude, my heart is with you, man. I hope I'm wrong.
Dude, the only
I
thing
hope
you
I'm
have is Patrick Mahomes scrambles. He's a great quarterback. That's all you got.
He's a great
Okay.
quarterback. I'm just saying, dude.
Hey, that
So-
great quarterback has
Dude-
led them to the Super Bowl, man.
dude,
so
so-
obviously
yeah.
it's a lot more than that.
So was Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Famer.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
but
bro.
Aaron Rodgers didn't really have nobody.
Dude, if y'all want to put Mahomes on a statue, dipping him gold,
I
you
didn't
know,
say all
I'm
that.
Go
definitely
for it.
not.
Are you
craving
are you
that,
gonna
no.
sit there and argue that he's not the best quarterback in the league right now? Who's better than Pat Mahomes in the league right now? Nobody.
in the league right now?
Yeah.
I would have said Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my
Everybody said Lamar Jackson before they
God.
fucking
I
lost.
sure as fuck didn't because I don't like the way he threw the ball.
Well, you're the only fucking one. But you
crazy.
also like fucking Deshaun Watson.
What's not to like?
That he don't throw the fucking ball well.
How does he not throw the ball well?
Okay. Well, I think Lamar Jackson throws the ball well.
Dude, we all know Dak Prescott is the greatest of all
Oh
time
shit!
in the
Let's
league
not
right now.
fucking
So
start that
let's
one.
just- Hey, we're,
And
we're,
being the
we're-
greatest
we're
in the
talking
league,
statistics
he
here.
can't, he can't even get paid right now for being the greatest in the league.
Again,
Dak?
yeah.
Huh?
Dak,
Yeah.
dude, why do you don't hit low blows on him right now, man?
I'm just saying, if he's the greatest in the league, he
we're
would
not
got paid by
attacking you.
now.
We're not attacking your
I
team.
feel
We're
attacked.
just
I
breaking
am
it
hurt.
down.
I can
We're
tell.
just breaking it down as analysts.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay? We're analysts right now.
No, I,
You-
don't, I
we're-
need
we're-
friends, not analysts.
We're not we don't show favoritism.
I sure
don't
hope
You
that
show
should.
I sure hope that the Dallas ever get to this point.
We don't show favoritism.
count
We're
on
just
you.
breaking it down.
I would.
Just
Yeah, you-
breaking it down as an analyst.
Do you
That's
ever
it.
do you know me to talk shit about the Cowboys? Do I talk shit?
And
You talk
and
shit
I,
all the time on
and
the
I
show.
don't talk shit all the time.
and I haven't been
On the
talking
show you
shit.
do.
I just
I don't talk
just
shit.
said that I don't think San Francisco's going to win. That's all I said.
You
I didn't
hurt-
say they're
y'all hurt me.
trash.
now.
I didn't say all that stuff.
Y'all
I'm
are,
saying
y'all are hurting me
Why?
because you are. My heart is crying.
we can
You're
all be
fucking
agreeing
crazy.
on the same thing on the show.
Anyways,
Sometimes
let's
it doesn't
get-
get interesting.
Let's get into some crazy shit. we
gotta
were
disagree.
gonna talk about Texas, but we don't. We're running out of time. Fuck the Longhorns, right? Basketball team, dude. They lost to
Yeah.
West Virginia by 38.
Shaka's out.
Shaka's out.
He's gone.
We're going after
He's
Chris. We're
gone.
going after Beard in fucking Texas Tech. We're going after that guy. So we're going. Anyways,
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I'm not gonna do it. My heart's
that
not
sounds
in
just like me.
it. My heart isn't in it right now.
Dude, what the fuck is going on with this coronavirus, man?
It's fucking crazy,
I should have brought a 6-pack
What do
of
you-
Corona.
What's
dude. But
going
how?
on?
Okay, how crazy is it? I know a lot of people are getting it, but it's like fucking 1,000 people got
Yeah.
it, and only like 70 fucking died. So I mean, the
1,000
numbers
people
wise,
got it and 70 died.
yeah. And look
That's
at the,
pretty big. That's a good amount.
It's not. That's like the flu. That's
No,
like the
it's
flu
not like the
numbers.
flu.
That's what I was thinking because
It's like the flu numbers.
statistically every year people like over 100 people die here
Yeah.
here
No.
of the
Yeah.
flu.
Hold on. Last thing about the NFL. Daryl says if San Francisco can get a great pass rush, but that front four, who's Allah? What the Giants did to Brady. Oh, front Allah, what the Giants did to Brady. God, terrible run-on sentence. In the Super Bowls could be a long day for Mahomes, and I like what they're building in San Francisco. Shaka stays. He ain't going nowhere, and neither is Beard. You're fucking batshit crazy about that because Shaka's definitely
Yeah,
fucking
he's
getting
gone.
fired. There's
Yeah,
no way
I
you
think-
keep his ass.
I think Chris Conte really is trying to change the face of the program, and he's not. He knows nobody's filling the stadiums no more. Nobody cares.
I think he's 22 and 41 or 42
Yeah,
now
you
in
gotta
Big
change
12
that.
Yeah,
play.
that's-
That's
You gotta-
fucking terrible.
bad, man.
especially with the new stadium being built.
Yeah.
You have to
You-
change
you
that.
can't
That
bring
that
in-
and Rick Barnes going to Tennessee. Well, this year they're okay, but last year they were up to number 3 at
Yeah.
one point. I mean, he did a great job over there.
You
You've
gotta
got
change it.
5 years of terrible fucking basketball, and you're gonna bring that into a new stadium? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Conte
You
wants
can't.
all of the sports competing in the top 5.
Yeah. Well,
That's
not
what
only
he
that,
said.
But you're building a new stadium
So-
for the team. You want seats filled.
You're
They're not
getting-
going to do it with
You're
this.
getting rid of that fucking. guy
Nobody's
for
going to be
sure.
excited to go
Dude,
watch
I'm always
Shaka
getting
Smart.
emails. I'm always getting emails. Oh, $5 a game. $5 a
Yeah.
game. It's like, dude.
I had a friend that was selling tickets, and I was like, "Oh yeah, how much you selling for?" It was like $100. I was like, "I'm not gonna pay $100." First off, I don't like basketball that much. I definitely don't like it enough to go fucking watch a terrible team play. That's dumb.
Yeah, dude.
But anyways, so coronavirus. Let's get into this.
I
shit,
think
dude.
I think it's crazy because I mean, but
Dude,
it's,
they're like shutting this
but-
shit down.
but it's media, dude. The media hypes it up.
No.
That's all they talk
Oh, I
about.
don't
All they
know
talk
about
about.
that.
But if you look at the stats, it's a small percentage dying compared to the percentage that has it.
Yeah. And they said most
And
of them is
there's elderly-
weak immune system. Yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
elderly,
Which is
weak immune
elderly,
systems.
children.
So it's
yeah.
a lot
But
like
dude,
the flu.
you
Yeah.
know, you could watch you watched that movie Contagion.
No.
That movie's
You've
actually
never
kind of
seen it?
scary if you
Dude.
think about it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
You
it's
know when
kinda
this
scary.
shit starts doing it, and I'm like, fuck.
If-
The fucking kid in College Station got it, or
Oh,
he
yeah.
flew back from China and
Well,
he
they
ended
said
up
he
having
didn't
it.
have it.
No, he did it.
No,
He
I
did
just
end up
I
having
just
it.
saw the report saying that he was cleared.
No,
that-
because
that
I
he
heard it
wasn't.
this morning on the radio. That he
Well-
had it, and they sold, dude, in College Station. They sold out of the medicine mask. You know, the little mask.
Yeah, and all the Chinese folks are wearing.
Yeah, they sold out of them motherfuckers, dude.
Again, I think it's just the media playing it up because
oh, I'm for sure it is. But
if
that shit
if
could
the mortality rate was like the movie,
yeah.
then I'd be fucking freaking out right now. I'd
Look
be
at it.
going to taking my family in the middle of nowhere
Look
away
at it
from
for
people.
Baylor, the Baylor kid, Brandon.
But I
see
think
what
right
they
now,
said.
like he said, the flu causes more deaths here statistically.
What'd
the
you say?
coronavirus
Baylor?
has-
It's not Baylor. It's College
A
Station.
College Station. My bad.
Jesus. Fucking guy. You're talking about that's Waco.
That's rape over there,
Yeah.
rape area.
We're not looking at rape statistics. We're looking at coronavirus.
I am loving all the memes though. I was like, boss, what happened? Oh, I got the coronavirus.
Yeah,
Drinking a
drinking
Corona.
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. But dude, that movie Contagion fucking trips me
No,
out,
that shit's
man.
scary.
Yeah, it
dude.
know what I
says the test results for coronavirus Texas A&M graduate came back negative.
See,
Oh,
bitch.
okay.
Okay.
Why don't you ever fucking listen to me?
Dude, I heard it on the radio this morning.
And I told you. I just said it came back negative.
It's
but
because
you
some
don't
of your
listen to
stats
me.
today have been.
yeah, your stats
No,
have
the
been
the
off,
fact
bro.
is,
Your
JJ
stats have been
never
off.
listens to me. Anything I say, I gotta prove it to him.
Whoa, shouldn't that be it? Shouldn't
Ca-
that, that's how
case-
it works,
case-
right?
That's
case
what
in
we do to
point-
our president.
Case
I
in
mean-
point, when I texted him about the Kobe Bryant thing,
I'd
oh
be
man,
a-
that's fake. That's fake.
I didn't
For
say
how
it was
long?
fake. I didn't say it was
That's
fake.
not real.
I didn't say it
They're,
was
they're
fake.
wrong. How long did he say that until he was like, dude, you're right. I just saw it. I was like,
I didn't say it was fake. What did you say?
my point is,
No, I'm about to prove your ass wrong again.
my point is, I am your partner on the show, and you never believe me.
You said I think it's real. No way. I said nah. I would have gotten an update for that
See?
for sure.
Yeah.
And then
You
you
would've
said
got an
TMZ
update.
reported, and I was like, TMZ has been wrong before, but I'm not wrong about that.
But that's just the point. You were like, no, I would have got an update. Bitch, I got an update, and I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But it's
the
no,
update
I
could have
would have
been
got an
wrong.
update.
First thing I did
It's like
was
your
look it up.
stats that come in here, they've been wrong. Right or wrong?
What kind of relationship do we have if
It's
there's no
fucking
trust?
it's
You don't
mistrust
trust
like
me.
a motherfucker.
Yeah. Didn't we just talk about this at the beginning? You
Yeah,
gotta love
we
each
did.
other. And
I thought he fucking loved me.
I mean, I'm only
The dude don't trust
I'm only
me.
liked on the show, but you guys
No.
love each other.
We got
Well, that's
we
if,
got
if
time.
if I trust him, then I won't love him no more.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how it works,
That's
you
a
know
good
what I mean?
point.
You got to show me, dude. You got to show me the facts.
I did twice
Yeah,
already.
that one
Twice
you-
I said something and they were right.
No, what was the other one?
The Kobe Bryant thing, and then
Oh, okay.
this with the
No.
virus.
Okay, but how many stats have you pulled out today? It was
In
like
our
4.
lifetime?
No, it was today. It was like 4, and you were wrong on all those 4.
No, I said
So you're 2 and 4
I
today.
said Garoppolo was like 22-5, and he was 23-5.
Actually, the thing that didn't count because that was yesterday. So you're 1 and 4 today.
Whatever.
And the 23-5 thing, you were wrong because you told me he was only there last year and this year. So I was right
I
about
forgot
that.
a year.
Okay.
My fucking bad.
And plus, he was only there for half a year because they traded him mid-season.
Okay. My bad, dude.
Remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
bad. But the stat itself was right.
No. But anyways, dude, you gotta watch that Contagion.
No, I don't
No,
think I
you
will.
won't like. He won't like it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because his OCD's fucking.
no, yeah.
It'll make us.
He be doing this all day
Dude.
long.
Yeah. Because you touch your face like over 1 million times a
Sure.
day.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I got OCD. That's
This
why I watch my
this
hands
will
all the
make you
time.
even worse than
Yeah,
what
I
you
don't
are
wanna- I
now,
don't wanna
man.
watch it.
You should watch.
But it's
it, though.
great.
No.
But you've
It's
seen
great.
what's the other movie like that? Outbreak. You've
Outbreak.
seen Outbreak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same movie.
Yeah, but
It's just a
I
little
watched-
different now
I watched
because
this
it's
one.
I don't
it's
watch
up to
Outbreak.
date.
I've seen it, but it also made me need to fucking wash my hands, and I felt dirty. And
Okay, but watch
puts,
this one. It's
it
the
puts
same.
me in a whole
it's
different
the same
mind
movie, but
fucking
better.
set.
Yeah.
It's this movie's
No,
the
I
same,
don't-
but better.
No, I don't care to watch it.
Quit
I
This
don't
this will
fucking
play
care.
into what we're seeing right now with the coronavirus.
Okay.
I
The
didn't
media
care.
scare, the fact that it can get from place to place because of the.
But that's all.
Airline
Any disease.
travel.
I
That's
didn't
any
care.
disease.
I didn't care
Well,
to
no.
see the Messiah, but I watched it,
Yeah.
so you could watch this.
No, because you're just doing it to fuck with me.
No, I'm not, dude.
You
It's
know
a really
you
good
are.
movie. It's a
That's-
really good
you're,
movie.
You're. That's the way you are.
Is it not a good movie?
It is.
It's,
You're
a
like,
It's actually
really
a
good movie.
really great movie with some
This
great
will-
actors in it.
You're
Dude,
like
it's
this will
great.
fuck
Yeah.
with you. Watch it.
No, it's not gonna fuck with you. I don't think it'll fuck with you. It'll be good.
I think it's good.
It's not
good
any
to
worse
see.
than Outbreak.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can watch it.
If anything, I think it's
No.
actually
It's way
more
better.
realistic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like what they would do with in terms of containing people.
Yeah.
And the sending the right teams out and doing the investigation in the labs and all that.
yeah.
I think it's cool to see that.
Maybe I will.
Okay.
I make no promises.
I'll
but
take a maybe.
maybe.
Have y'all seen the Hernandez document? Yeah, we saw it, man. I
Yeah.
saw it. You saw it, right?
I saw it.
You didn't watch
I
it,
didn't
right?
watch it. What do I gotta see
Okay.
it for?
You saw
Yeah.
it?
The dude gang banged. He was gay. He played
wasn't-
football.
That's not what it says.
I know. Do I need to know in what order and how in
That's
depth
not.
it was?
That's not what it says.
It's a
Did he
lot.
not gangbang?
There's a lot more
No,
to
he
it.
didn't gangbang.
He didn't shoot at people.
Oh, you mean
He-
like that kind of gangbang? I thought you meant the other gangbang.
I was about-
He
I was
yeah.
like, it never mentioned a gangbang in there.
Which one did you watch?
Okay, so he
Maybe
he,
when he was in prison.
Yeah.
Gangbang. I
so
don't know.
so he hung out with bad crowd. He did bad things with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that. He was gay. I know that too.
He wasn't gay.
He had a dude lover.
They're reporting
He was.
that
yeah.
that guy is saying now that Aaron's dead, he's saying they had a relationship.
Well, he said it before.
But that was the
Before
guy
he
that he
died.
went to school with.
Yeah.
Okay, but that also we also knew that when he was in prison. This motherfucker, man.
What's going on? With
It
you?
keeps fucking Google fucking shit, man. It always wants to help
Androids.
me. But that's an Android phone. It wants to fucking help all the time.
Stupid.
We knew that
I
when
have
he
mine
was in
turned off.
prison, and they said, "Hey, he had 2 fucking letters, one to his wife and one to his fucking lover, which was a dude." We knew that a long time ago. This just shows you, like, hey, there's another guy coming out that said that we used to fuck in the ass. Well, I knew that. He wrote a letter to his gay lover,
He never said they used to fuck each other.
Yeah,
in the
that's-
ass.
dude. If you're
It's a little
gay,
extreme, bro.
if you're gay, you're doing butt play.
Oh,
I mean,
Whoa.
come on, that's
nah. I know married guys that do butt play, right?
and they're not.
He said
gay.
right, like he's confirming with you.
Right.
What?
Well, Ernest likes his butt play. dude.
Gay married guys.
No, like you and your wife are doing it, right?
But if
and
you're-
then,
if-
then all of a sudden you're like about to do it, and you're like, oh, put your finger in my butt. And then she puts your finger.
That's
Don't
not,
fucking lie,
that's
dude.
not-
Look at that smirk on his face.
That's not a fucking
Dude,
request on my
that's
end.
right, right?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Don't lie, Marty. Just put a wink in the chat.
Just put a
If
wink.
you-
She won't.
If
She
you
won't.
if you did it if y'all roll that way, just put a wink in the chat. Anyways,
Anyways, I didn't fucking see it. I didn't care to see it.
I
Whatever.
saw it. It wasn't. I mean, it was just a documentary on opinions.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, hell of a lawyer though. That second one.
dude, the second one that
I'll
got
tell
him
you that
off
much,
after
yeah.
shooting that dude in the face. Fuck. If I ever get in trouble, I want that guy.
I know. I mean, he got Casey Anthony off. Like
yeah, that's
nobody
true.
fucking loves that bitch at all.
True that. But dude, I've been watching this other one. It's fucking crazy. It's called The Circle. Have you ever seen
I've
it?
seen that. I haven't started
I've
watching
seen the
it.
trailer.
Dude, it's
That's about
crazy. It's y'all probably won't like it. I don't think you'll like it,
Okay.
but
then I
it's
won't
pretty
watch it.
crazy though.
Thanks.
No, you should watch it anyways, just to see if you will like it. But it's like these people are put into apartments, right, in this building, and they can't interact with each other. The only way you can interact is through a social media outlet that's called The Circle. So you just you update your profile with pictures, and then you send messages to each other, and then the least the people that are the most popular, they get voted number 1 and number 2, and then they end up getting to vote people out.
That
That's
sucks.
fucking crazy though, dude.
That sounds stupid.
It kind of reminds me of that episode of Black
Bachelorette?
Mirror.
I didn't watch all them Black Mirrors.
Oh my god!
I told you
dude, You're
that.
so stupid.
I saw Striking Vipers because y'all told me to fucking watch it.
This
And that's
fucking
it.
guy blows ass. Nope, I don't get my hands dirty. Well, fucking wash your ass, Ernest.
Now I'm supposed to douche, right? Let me just go clean my asshole out.
Let me go bleach. Damn.
Ain't
No.
nothing. Ain't nothing need to be down there.
Nope, I don't get my hands dirty.
Don't
Dang.
need to be down there at all.
Well, that's
I
good to
don't
know.
wanna watch it.
But I've got friends that like that kind of stuff. Does that make them gay though?
No, because they're with a girl. That's literally
Yeah, but if you still like,
when you say the reference gay, I use it as a man and a man. I don't use that for a man and a woman.
yeah, but what if
I said gay men like butt play.
okay, but what I'm saying is what if a married guy likes butt play?
Well, then that's not gay. That's
Well, then you can't say
So
gay
the,
men
so
like
the
butt
act
play.
of butt play is not gay. It's just
No.
when two
It's
men
just when two,
like it.
well,
it's
then
gay.
you gotta clear that up.
I did.
What?
I said
No.
gay men love butt play. I was very clear.
That's broad.
If you're
That's broad
married,
as
you're
fuck.
not a gay man, are you? If you're married to a woman, you're not a gay
But you
man.
just said gay men like butt play. So that means all men that like butt play are gay.
no. You're switching that around.
Brandon, what does that sound like? If you just heard that,
I
gay-
don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out what
If
the
you just-
argument y'all are trying
If you
to
just
even
heard,
make.
listen. If you
Alright.
if you just heard gay men like butt play, and then your friend that's married to a girl came up to you and was like, "Hey man, I like butt play," so you would say he was gay, right?
He's trying to switch it around. I'm referring to
Right?
if you're a gay
No.
man, you like butt play. If you fucking if you question 100 gay men and said, dude, do you like butt play? They're gonna be like, yeah, I like something in my butt or around my butt, pretty much all the time.
Wow.
That's why I'm gay. That's why I chose to
Yeah,
have a
but a
partner
dude-
with a penis.
But a dude that's married to a girl could say the same thing.
Then it's just being sexual. It's not.
So
it's
again,
not butt
again,
play.
it's not the,
gay.
It's not the act.
It's not the act. It's the person of being gay likes butt play. Oh, okay, a
just
homosexual likes butt play.
It has two men.
A
That's what you
homosexual.
need to say.
Homosexuals like butt play. There,
Okay.
I cleared it up
Okay.
for you because you're right and I'm wrong.
I'm actually on E with this. Hold on. Where's
Dude,
my-
it
I don't
doesn't
like
matter.
having the opposite sex touch anything of mine.
It doesn't
hold
matter.
on, hold on, hold on.
I don't like having the opposite sex touch anything of mine.
Yeah, I'm sure you're on East side with that.
You know, the thing is, it's just when Jay's right.
JP said
He's right.
Ernie. JP said Ernie, let me find out you like money to play with your butt. Fuck
If-
yeah,
if-
he does,
if-
dude. He just admitted it.
If
You gotta.
if you
once-
read up in
once-
the comments, she
once-
says, "Nope, I don't get my hands dirty."
No, that's why she makes him shower before she does it.
Oh my god.
Once the show's over, you got to go back like 10 minutes from now, and then you'll hear him say it.
No, for our listening audience, I don't like butt play. Okay,
Clear that
no
up.
way.
Clear it up now.
Clear it up.
Let's be clear. Okay, so we can just stop all the assumptions. I don't like it.
Again, he's a Niners
Since
fan.
when?
so
No.
just take it for what it is.
Since this morning, I don't like butt play. After we leave here, game on. All right, man. Let's
Yeah,
get,
to each their
on
own,
that
man.
note, we gotta go. I gotta go play with these butt.
Oh god.
Thanks for checking us out. Check out our Twitter, Facebook page, YouTube channel, all that stuff. Subscribe, like. Thanks for watching. Love
Yeah.
y'all.
Thank you.
Go San Francisco. Bangs for chains. Yeah.